Einen wunderschönen guten Tag, ich bin Nils und das ist Telespieltumult und heute geht's wieder mal in ein Point-and-Click-Adventure. Und zwar ein neues, nämlich wie man hier schon gerade sieht, Nightmare Frames. Man sieht auch schon unten, es wurde entwickelt letztes Jahr, 2022, von Postmodern Adventures und das ist, soweit ich gesehen habe, ein Ein-Mann-Studio, sage ich mal, aus Barcelona, also aus Spanien, deswegen auch sicherlich gerade die Auswahl zwischen englischer und spanischer Sprache, weil es halt ein spanisches Spiel ist im Original. Genau. Ich habe es jetzt für 11 Euro auf Steam gekauft. Soweit ich weiß, gibt es das nur für Computer, also nicht auf Switch oder anderen Konsolen oder ähnlichem. Von daher würde ich sagen. Achso, die Spielzeit ist, soweit ich bei How Long to Beat gesehen habe, obwohl da gibt es erst 3 Leute, die das da verzeichnet haben. Um die 7 Stunden. Das heißt, ich werde es wahrscheinlich in 2 Sessions durchspielen. Das ist der Plan. Schauen wir mal. Und ja, dann würde ich mal sagen, gehen wir mal ins Spiel hinein. The guys don't know that the lunatic is back. Oh, ja, ich habe schon auch gesehen, als ich es bei Steam gekauft habe, es ist ein Spiel. Oh, es geht weiter. I have to warn them before it's too late. Okay, der Lunatic ist zurück. Okay. Ich geh mal kurz. Kann man irgendwie... Okay, F5 ist Quicksave. Ich gehe gerade mal die F-Tasten durch. Kann man nicht irgendwie... Ich sehe übrigens auch, dass das Spiel ein etwas interessantes Bildformat hat, mit links und rechts diesen schwarzen Rändern, aber es scheint also nicht ganz 16:9 zu sein, ist aber auch breiter als 4:3. Okay, nee. Wobei, nee, ich will schon noch, man muss ja irgendwo ein Menü geben, bitte. Okay, F7 ist wahrscheinlich Quick Load. Oh shit. F11 war was mit Fenstermodi. Okay, F12 ist ein Screenshot. Okay, ich spiele jetzt erstmal weiter los. Ich weiß nicht, irgendwie würde ich schon hoffen, dass es auch Menüs irgendwie gibt, wo ich dann auch manuell speichern kann und sowas. Schauen wir mal. Bahn. Sehr not there, I just checked. Also ich bin anscheinend jetzt dieses Mädchen und suche die Leute. Ich muss doch mal hier weiter gucken, noch ein paar Tasten ausprobieren. Gut, vielleicht ist das so eine Art Vording, bevor auch dann irgendwie so eine Art Vortutorial, bevor dann irgendwie das Optionsmenü gleich kommt. Weil sonst bin ich gerade ein bisschen aufgeschmissen, muss ich zugeben. Es ist auch egal, ob ich da mit der linken oder rechten Taste drauf drücke. I hope they are alive. The dogs. They must be there. No, no! Oh Gott. Okay, wow. Dana, Hank. Oh Gott. Will. What have they done to you? I'm too late. Und jetzt wacht sie auf oder so? Wer ist Tommy? Tommy! Tommy! Okay, das sind aber auch alles nicht mal Sachen, die ich anklicken kann. Ist halt schon so ein bisschen so ein Laienscham, muss ich zugeben, aber trotzdem hat sie irgendwas. Also auch die Animation von ihr, sie sieht schon, wisst ihr, mit dem blauen Punkt, das sieht schon jetzt so aus, als wäre der Creator jetzt nicht der größte Pixel-Artist vor dem Herrn. Oh. Tommy! Stacy, run! Run away! Let him go, you monster! Ich probiere ein bisschen die Stimmlagen zu machen. Get out of here! He'll come for you! I can't take it anymore! Okay. Okay. Ah. Shit. You've been suspecting it for a while. The climax of Lunatic 2 is identical to the one you wrote for the original movie. You go over the whole script in your mind and end up realizing it has the same structure as its predecessors. You can't show this to Christopher Roskin. Das ist nicht das Cover dieses Horrorbuchs, was wir gerade geschrieben haben, oder? No wonder you have had such little interest in the script for Lunatic 2. All your thoughts are focused on the ambitious project that will take you back to the times of Melodies of Heaven. The script that earned you an Oscar nomination in 1980. Famous producer Peter Evans is butting heads with his studio execs to get the project greenlit. According to him, the deal is almost done, which means you are just one step away from leaving the B-movies pit you are in. He was meeting with the executives this morning. You have an appointment later today at his place, hopefully to celebrate. It's getting late. I should get moving. Hollywood, 1985. Wow. Okay. Right click is look. Left click is interact. Und, guck. Und ist das vielleicht? Ja, guck, sowas habe ich gesucht. Durchgespielt. Ich mach mal slow, weil ich drück's dann eh selber weiter. Nur damit. Ich habe immer Angst, dass in dem Moment, wo man drückt, es eh weitergegangen ist und man dann einen Text komplett überblättert. Deswegen mache ich es mal lieber slow. Taxi Driver Comments on. Language English Espanol. Okay. Und hier kann ich schön. Old School. Old School, Old School. Wobei Autosave? Quick Save? Autosave? Wieso Autosave? Egal. Beziehungsweise ich kann ja jetzt nochmal gucken. Geht auch Escape geht auch. So erwartet man sich das ja auch ein bisschen. Okay, das ist aber jetzt Autosave 001. Warum auch immer Autosave, das da schon steht. Okay, gut. Das war eben natürlich sehr klischeehaft. Aber schön, dass ihr das selber ein bisschen die Schippe nimmt. Das wusste ich. Also ich habe keine Ahnung, worüber das Spiel geht. Ich weiß nur, dass es in die Horrorrichtung geht, so ein bisschen. Ja. Und ich liebe Pixelart und deswegen liebe ich auch schon wieder gerade dieses Bild. So, okay, ich bin motiviert. Ich gucke mir aber auch hier alles an, was es hier gibt. Das wird dann wahrscheinlich mehr als 7 Stunden in meinem Fall werden. Vor allem, wenn ich auch noch immer alles vorlese, aber egal. Poster. Staring at the poster for Melodies of Heaven, you've got the feeling that there is another reality in which some other Alan Goldberg, an Oscar winner, enjoys a successful career within the big studio system. Nächstes Poster. I want my Friday the 13th, Alan, Christopher Ruskin told you. And that's what you did. A pathetically penning a flagrant copy of Sean S. Cunningham's classic. Ich muss übrigens so, ich bin kein großer, ich kenne mich ganz gut mit Filmen aus, aber Horrorfilme tatsächlich gar nicht so sehr. Gar nicht, weil ich mich nicht dafür interessiere. However, the movie was Ruskin's production's biggest success to date, and today it's considered a cult classic. Does anybody even know how Hollywood works? Because I definitely don't. Gar nicht, weil ich mich nicht für Horrorfilme interessiere, sondern irgendwie, die gelten ja selten jetzt als die großen Klassiker und ich bin dann eher oft dabei, die Klassiker nachzuholen. Jetzt ein ganz blöder Beispiel in der Part der Casablanca und Co. Und Horrorfilme kommen da immer ein bisschen kurz. So, nächstes Poster. The killer in President's Day Killer was a dangerous far-right madman who used a Jimmy Carter mask to stage a massacre at a Young Democrats Convention. Was ich damit meine, ich habe jetzt schon das Gefühl, dass ich Anspielungen auf gewisse Horrorklassiker hier teilweise nicht so ganz mitnehme. Das Spiel hat, würde ich jetzt schon denken, wahrscheinlich 1000 Sachen, wo sich Insider hier ständig sagen, ja, das ist eine Anspielung da und darauf. Da kann ich leider nicht mit dienen. Da entschuldige ich mich mal schon mal im Voraus für, dass ich wahrscheinlich oft hier Anspielungen an mir vorbeigehen werden. Okay, since then you have a reputation for being a reactionary, which confirms what you already knew. Horror fans are idiots. Nächstes Poster. 2 years ago, 3D horror movies made their comeback to Hollywood with titles such as Friday the 13th 3D, Amityville 3D or Jaws 3D. Of course, Ruskin Productions wanted its share of the pie. Was ich aber jetzt schon mich wundere, ist, dass das Spiel Originaltitel hat. Also Jaws ist ja auf jeden Fall, also Friday the 13th und Jaws und Amityville, glaube ich auch, sind ja alles Originaltitel. Jaws ist ja natürlich der weiße Hai. Und jetzt weiß nicht, ob sie sich jetzt, also wundert mich, dass er das einfach hier so nennen darf, die Titel. Aber gut, andererseits ist, glaube ich, dass die Nennung erstmal nicht so das Problem. Wenn ich mich erinnere, bei Life is Strange. Ging es ja auch viel um Filme und so, in den auch gerade in irgendwelchen, was war das, Tagebüchern und Notizen, wo ich auch dachte, wow, hier alles immer schon die Originalnamen, so ungewohnt, dass diese Titel nicht so verballhornt werden. They commissioned a new slasher full of gory scenes where the entrails of the victims would jump at the viewer. However, the budget was so small for a change that most of the scenes required more complex VFX than usual were discarded. The director made up for it by moving the camera closer to the actress's breast. Roskin didn't object. Neither did the viewers. Okay, also es ist schon mal sehr voll, also viele Sachen, die man sich hier anschauen kann. Und da auch zu jeder Sache sehr viel Text, aber okay, oldschool, ich mag das eigentlich ja schon. Das war eigentlich nicht so, glaube ich, modern. Modern sagt man, glaube ich, nein, weniger Hotspots, nur die Sachen, die relevant sind. Aber ich finde irgendwie für die Atmosphäre, fürs Setting setzen, finde ich das schon schön, wenn alle Sachen, die man so sieht, auch irgendwie vielleicht ein bisschen eingeordnet werden. Und teilweise, wenn es dann halt auch von der Person ist, die man spielt, lernt man dann auch über die Person, über den Charakter auch noch ein bisschen was dazu durch seine Perspektive auf Dinge. So Awards. Even if you don't consider your work in horror movies as worthy as any praise, other people do. You were awarded Best Script by the Fantasporto jury for President's Day Killer. Lunatic caused a sensation in the Sitges Film Festival and you won Best Screenwriter. The same year you also collected awards in Avoriaz thanks to Lunatic. You didn't pick up a single one of them in person. You hate the crowds at those B-tier festivals. But there's something you hate even more, being surrounded by fans of horror movies. Okay, wow. You haven't wound it up since you started writing the script for Lunatic 2. You usually guess the time by the light that comes in through the window. If you continue like this, you will end up rubbing two sticks together to light the stove. VHS tapes. VHS editions of all the movies you have written sit on that shelf. Pam makes sure to send you a copy 2 days before each domestic format release. Pam ist also eine Kollegin schon mal von mir, schon mal dran zu wissen, die auch schon mal einen Namen hat. TV. You've lost track of how long ago you unplugged the TV and don't plan to plug it back in ever again. There's nothing of interest in that box. You usually read the news in the papers, and TV series are nothing more than watered-down movies. Also eine schöne Diskussion, Filme versus Serien. There's a pile of books on... Wait a minute. That's where you put your wallet? And to think you had it right under your nose when the Chinese food delivery guy refused. And rightly so, to give you your order. Okay, warte mal, heißt das? Ich interagiere mal damit. That's where you put your wallet. You take the wallet in the hopes of not misplacing it and forgetting about it again. It's a good thing you always carry a few bills in your jacket, so you can pay for cabs. Oh, ich habe Trinken bei mir, aber ich befürchte, wenn ich so viel vorlese, dann werde ich mir nochmal was nachholen müssen. New Inventory Item Wallet. Wenn wir es hier nochmal angucken. Several credit cards and enough notes to get by without an ATM. Okay, Steuerung ist total klassisch, wie man sich das erwartet. Jetzt bin ich auch viel mehr motiviert. Also in diesem Vorprequel, wo man nicht mal ein Menü hatte und so, war ich auch ein bisschen what the fuck is going on here? Ich entdecke gleich andere Sachen. There's no channel that interests you enough to make you plug in the TV again. You glance towards the shelf and realize that a statuette awarded to Campfire Psycho at some festival you can't remember is missing. Oh, eine Statue fehlt. The breeze coming through the window reminds you that you used it as a doorstop for the hallway. You will wind it up some other time. You don't usually check the end results of your scripts. Once you've delivered the last revision, you disengage yourself completely from the project and don't give a damn about anything producers or directors do with it. Even so, you show them off as a trophy and you wonder why. You don't have an answer. Kann ich mit denen auch alle noch interagieren? Ah, so kann man sich auch nochmal groß angucken. Nice. Don't go in the forest 3D. President's Day Killer. It's time to vote. Ups. Campfire Psycho. Und mein eigentliches Herzensprojekt Melodies of Heaven. Okay, so. Kalender. Erstmal. You've marked the due date for the script of Lunatic 2 with a big red circle. 6 years have passed since you arrived at the Mecca of cinema. The first year was just as you had imagined. Dinners in luxury restaurants, non-stop handshakes with stars, and a walk down the Oscars red carpet to top it all off. But good things don't last forever. You've spent 5 years in what you call Hollywood hell. You wholeheartedly wished everything would go back to the way it used to be, and you still hope it will. But the wait is starting to feel like an eternity. Also von den 6 Jahren war nur das erste Jahr gut, da habe ich wohl diesen Film hier gemacht. Diesen Melodies, irgendwas für den. Der Titel ist nicht sehr catchy. Und bin dann die 5 Jahre danach dann in dieser Horrorschiene anscheinend abgedriftet. Notgedrungen. Okay, tray. You look at the tray where the script to the last sequel to Ruskin Productions' most recent successful lies and wonder what happened. Your mind might have been somewhere else, or you may be agreeing with those who argue that the slasher genre has dried up. It's a complete disaster that you need to fix. So the best thing would be to start anew. Okay, Typewriter erstmal anschauen. Your Loyal Olivetti, ist auch eine Originalmarke. Litera 32. Same Model Francis Ford Coppola. Also der Spielemacher hier hat keine Probleme, alles wirklich mit Originalnamen zuzuklassen auf jeden Fall, wie man hier weiterhin sieht. Same model Francis Ford Coppola used to write, for example, the magnificent scene of Solosso's death at the hands of Michael Corleone in The Godfather. Wo ich schon den Paten eben erwähnt hatte, ne? It's a very versatile machine. It can also be used to give teenagers dumb lines and make skimpily dressed girls head straight towards danger instead of running in the opposite direction. Okay, ich benutze sie mal. People always say that those masked psycho movies write themselves, and it's something you've always agreed with. But failing to write the sequel to Lunatic is making you change your mind. The best thing you can do now is go outside and forget about writing for today. So, dann haben wir hier den Mug. Anschauen. It's your favorite big blue mug. It has always been at your side when writing. Benutzen. You can't remember how many times you filled it with coffee today. Okay, Trashcan angucken. The cemetery of the bad ideas you come up with when you are not focused. Which happens a lot lately. Benutzen. Maybe you have thrown away the occasional brilliant page without realizing it. But that's probably not the case. Dann Window anschauen. You always wanted to have an apartment with a view of the Hollywood sign in which to write your scripts. If it wasn't for the fact that you have to stick half your body out of the window just to be able to see the letter D, you could say you have achieved your dream. Okay, benutzen. Oh. You look out the window. Movies taught you to love the streets of Los Angeles. Reality, to hate them. Okay. Es ist nicht mehr Computer, es ist einfach auch IBM. Okay. 1985 macht das aber ja auch Sinn. Erstmal anschauen. Christopher Ruskin insisted that you had to get with the times, so he bought you a brand new IBM PC 5150 with a text processor. Ja, das war das der Original XT-PC? Wobei, das war schon der Anfang quasi von dem, was dann der heutige Windows-Rechner war. Damals natürlich noch dann eher so MS-DOS-Rechner und so weiter. Egal. However, you still prefer to write your scripts the traditional way. You can't imagine working without the relaxing sound of the keys banging against the typewriter's roller. Benutzen. You can't remember the last time you turned it on. It was to try out the latest sensation in computer narrative, a mind forever voyaging. Okay, das ist ein Spiel, das es tatsächlich auch gab. Ich weiß gar nicht mehr, war das sogar von Activision? Bin mir gar nicht mehr ganz sicher gerade, von wem das Spiel... Warte mal, nee, oder das ist... Das war ein Infocom-Spiel, glaube ich, ne? Infocom Text-Adventure. Bin mir gar nicht ganz sicher. The texts were good, but you got the feeling that the author was wasting his talent writing for computer games. Das ist ein ganz schön zynisches Spiel schon. Ne? Also auch jemand, der mag so das Klassische, er mag nicht moderne Horror-Movies, er mag keine Computer, mag keine Computerspiele, alles moderner Kram. Was ich komisch finde bei dem Spiel ist, dass er irgendwie, man kann sich da angucken, dann kommen da mehrere Texte vom Angucken, wenn man es benutzen will, außer jetzt bei dem Wallet, wo es dann da aufgehoben hat, da kommt nochmal ganz viel Text, was eigentlich auch ein Text ist, den man genauso gut bei Anschauen hätte machen können. Also irgendwie konnte sich der Autor von diesem Spiel, hatte so viel zu erzählen über jeden Item-Gegenstand, dass er einfach die Hälfte in Anschauen gepackt hat und die andere Hälfte in Interagieren, habe ich das Gefühl. Okay, Box, erstmal anschauen. The production company promised you a bonus if you wrote Don't go in the forest 3D. What you didn't expect was for the bonus to be a box full of the 3D glasses used to watch a movie in theaters. Okay, kann ich davon eine nehmen? Ich interagiere mal. Ja. 3D glasses. Das fand ich komisch. Ich wusste gar nicht, dass in den 80ern, obwohl als Kind hatte ich hatte auch diese Dinosaurierhefte, die, glaube ich, damals fast jeder hatte, wo man auch jedes Heft so eine Skelettteile bekommen hat, die dann auch so geglüht haben im Dunkeln. Und da weiß ich auch, waren so eine 3D-Brillen bei. Also aus meiner Kindheit, diese klassischen, noch bei irgendwelchen Mickey Mouse-Heften und so, das stimmt, das war schon in den 80ern immer noch so ein bisschen da. Nur in den Filmen hatte ich das Gefühl, diese Phase mit solchen Brillen im Kino und so, dachte ich, wäre eigentlich vor allem so in den 50er, 60er Jahren gewesen, dass die da so eine Phase hatten. Egal, schauen wir mal weiter. Was haben wir hier? Ein Magazine, erstmal anschauen. Unlike the people at Variety, somebody at Fangoria magazine thinks you should have a subscription. That's why it arrives in your mailbox each month without fail. Interagieren. You've already flipped through that issue. George A. Romero tries to milk the success of Night of the Living Dead for a third time. A theatrical director from Chicago makes his movie debut with an adaptation of H.P. Lovecraft short story for Charles Band's Empire. Lastly, an interview with Gina Dreyfus, the Scream Queen from Campfire Psycho, in which, among other things, she talks trash about you. Letters anschauen. Ever since you spoke out publicly against the character of Eliza from Eliza's Mansion of Horrors, you've been flooded with anonymous letters from her fans wishing you the most horrible of death. Benutzen. You think about showing a couple of them to the police, in particular the one that threatens to shoot you with a sniper rifle and the one whose author thinks the best way of ending your life is planting a bomb in this very apartment. But you know, they are probably written by some harmless, zit-ridden teenager too busy jerking off compulsively to an Eliza-Poster. Okay, dieses Spiel, okay, das kennt wenig Hemmung. Also anscheinend nicht nur was Horrorszenen angeht, habe ich das Gefühl, sondern auch was Formulierungen angeht. Jerk-off liest man jetzt nicht so oft in Spielen, finde ich. Okay, ein besonderer Letter, erstmal anschauen. Ever since you spoke out publicly... Ach nee, das ist einfach ein Ding. Okay. Ja, ich glaube... Ich weiß nicht, ob man im Spiel wohl sterben kann, aber ich glaube nicht. Wann kann man das... Oh, warte mal, hier noch. Nee, das geht nicht. Dann gehen wir mal hier raus. Ich kann mir die erstmal angucken, die Tür. You've been shut in at home for so long that you had to cross that door a couple of times just to make sure you weren't developing agoraphobia. Ich bin gespannt, wo wir landen. Treppenhaus oder schon vorm Haus? Oh, what the fuck? Welcome to LA United Taxi. Where do you want to go? When you get in a taxi, the driver will talk to you. You can disable this feature in the options menu. Das habe ich schon gesehen. Okay, Alan's Apartment ist mein Apartment. Dann gibt es Ruskin Production, Peter Evans Mansion und Joe's Diner. Fangen wir mal von oben an. Ruskin Productions. Das Ding ist nur, ich habe gar kein richtiges Ziel bisher, ne, außer Teil 2 von diesem Buch zu schreiben. Come on, gentlemen. Splash the cash. You could be helping this poor man right here with all that stuff you scrimp by hiring illegal aliens to take care of your lawns. Okay, wow. Dave Morrison. Dave Morrison, the marketing officer for Phantasm Cycles, reads with bewilderment that Route 66 is not a part of the US numbered highway system anymore. Part of his new campaign is based on the relevance of that historical route. Fand übrigens gerade interessant, dass es diesen Verwischeffekt beim Auto gab. Muss mal kurz was trinken. Okay, Trashcan anschauen. The trashcan is filled to the brim. Benutzen. Jack has probably taken anything that could be useful from there already. Jack ist eher wahrscheinlich, ja, okay. Die kann ich nicht ansprechen. Nicht so wie bei Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. Achso, benutzen. Dave Morrison. He won't be in the mood for chit-chat right now. Okay. Lawyers. The one on the right is Frank Ruka from Barclay. Ruka and Jones, whose offices are on the 8th floor. The one on the left is one of their youngest and most promising lawyers, Jack Jordan. Or Stephen Hartnett, you don't know. All those young lawyers with their slicked back hair looks the same to you. Interagieren? You don't need a lawyer. Unless you get yourself in a mess. Okay, dann haben wir hier noch dieses Schild. There are a lot of taxis around here. It won't be difficult to hop on one. Ah, okay, wenn ich's anklicke, dann kommt sicherlich die Taxifahrerin wieder. Okay, Jack angucken. Jack Palmer was a child star in the 30s. He was the lead in Gang of Seven, such a rip-off of our gang that its biggest accomplishment was to not be sued for plagiarism. When his voice dropped and acne made its appearance, he disappeared until the 50s when he made a comeback as the director of a couple of movies about giant radioactive insects which devoured everything that crosses their path. Humans, military machinery, and even the production company itself, which went bankrupt. He returned to Hollywood in the 80s in his latest incarnation, a homeless drunkard. Ach. Vielleicht können wir mit ihm aber noch zusammen dann irgendwie wieder erfolgreich werden. Schauen wir mal. Reden wir mal mit ihm, wenn es geht. Well. You here to insult me again? What? Again with that? Is this your way of saying hello or what? You told me your career was going downhill so hard that you would rather jump off the 6th Street viaduct than end up like me. Come on, Jack. Don't be resentful. Even if it did happen 12 days and 46 minutes ago, I don't like to be called resentful. Alright. For the umpteenth time, I'm sorry. I've got the habit of saying what I think. That's not a virtue. The trick is to think about what you say. You know that? You know what, Alan? You're a strange guy. You don't like people, you freak them out, and yet somehow nobody sends you packing. Anyway, how's it going? How's it going? Awful. Glad to see you haven't lost that optimism you are known for. Oh, okay, klassisch. How's the day going? I showed one of your movies yesterday. Which one? The one with the fucking spiders or the one with the fucking ants? Spiders. Achso, das hat er gesagt. Spiders. And how did you know if you don't watch TV? I read it in the papers. Those movies are in the spotlight again with this whole 50s revival that's going on. And I still don't see a single cent from them. Not that I should anyway, the production company went bankrupt and who knows who's got the rights now. Some asshole must be making crazy money off my work while I'm here panhandling. So not long ago a couple of journos came for an interview for one of those magazines for wankers. What was it called? Starlock? I felt like a director again, telling them all about how those movies were made. Those were good times, Alan. How is the day going? Nothing yet, but I've just gotten started. Why are you... I've always wondered why you back in a place like this. I don't like to hustle from common people. It's hard enough for them to just earn a living. But here, look at all those yuppies. Check out their hands, look, they are perfect. Most of them waste so much money on manicures. They do fuck all. They make all their money through speculation. If I've got to fleece someone, I'd rather it be them. These people are not the kind to give handout, Jack. They don't even see you. That's what you think? Check this out. You all cheer for USA, for Africa, and all those stars going, we are the world, but fuck those of us standing right here. Hypocrites. There, mister. Try not to waste it on booze. Okay. I'd waste it on cocaine like you do, but I'd waste it on cocaine like you do, but I don't think I'd be able to afford it. Have a good day. $5. That's my day, mate. See? I've got things to do, Jack. Behave, Alan. Okay, jetzt ist die Frage noch hier. Kann ich durch die Tür durchgehen? Erstmal anschauen. They lead to the building interior. Okay. Alan! I never thought I'd say this, but I'm glad to see you. Again, James. We've got a little debate here. You're the erudite here. Give me a hand. Pam is... Ach, das ist Pam, okay. Pam is saying that the Church of Mother Earth is a cult. It is. Oh, come on, not you too. You should stop by one day, Alan. As a guest, of course. We have exercises to improve one's mood and see life from a different perspective. Okay, du bist ein bisschen gruselig. Du bist in diesem Kult drin, oder was? I'd rather throw myself out that window. You're wasting your time, friend. How about you, Pam? Are you in? I don't get paid enough to put up with this. Okay, Poster anschauen. The first movie produced by Ruskin was House by the Graveyard in 1981. Aber vor 4 Jahren, okay. It was a Z-movie adapted to Italian horror cinema with an aesthetic closer to the 70s than to the decade it was shot in. For some reason you can't seem to grasp, Ruskin is proud of the first movies he produced, and that's why he placed the posters in the entrance hall of the production company. Das Komische ist, Ruskin kommt mir irgendwie als Name bekannt vor. Auch mit Horrorfilmen. Vielleicht ist es irgendein Charakter aus irgendeinem Film. Ich bin mir gerade unsicher, aber ich glaube ja nicht, dass diese Produktionsfilme und das alles hier echt ist. Das wäre dann vielleicht schon copyright-mäßig ein bisschen fragwürdig. Okay, nächstes Poster. The Neighbor was a boring movie about a girl who thought her neighbor was a vampire. Lately, Ruskin has been thinking of suing Tom Holland and Columbia Pictures over the suspicious similarities between this film and the more recent Fright Night. Christopher boasts about the originality of the movie. but to you it's nothing more than a Rear Window rip-off. Okay, Rear Window ist Fenster zum Hof, ne? Von Hitchcock. Watercooler, anschauen. The droplets coating the container with condensation make you fancy some fresh water. Benutzen. You don't see any cups around, so you ready yourself to drink directly from the tap when you realize you don't want to be taken for an eccentric. You turn around to ask Pam to refill the cups. But you see she is busy, so you change your mind. Computer, anschauen. Pam has modernized the company by computerizing it. Technical equipment, providers, agencies, everything's in that computer. She even talks to them through a sophisticated phone system plugged to the computer, which seems more like witchcraft than technology. Interagieren, Pam is using it. And giving you a aversion to computers, what did you intend to do? Okay, schauen wir uns mal das Poster hier erstmal an. Christopher Ruskin was so impressed with the concept of shockwaves that he wanted his own Nazi zombies movie. Scharführer had little success and the blame fell on the Ruskin Productions, then official screenwriter. After the disastrous premiere, you were hired to replace him. Okay. Is this the one with John Carradine? Or is that Shockwaves? John Carradine war Bill aus Kill Bill, glaube ich, oder? Bin mir aber bei weitem nicht sicher. You never remember. Shockwaves. Okay, File-Kabinett, anschauen. Pam insisted on putting all the files on that little computer. Interagieren, oh, das geht. The files contain information from 1978 to the present day. What are you looking for exactly? Okay, kann ich auch noch nicht beantworten. Dann reden wir mal oder erstmal Pam anschauen. Pam Lawrence is Christopher Ruskin's right hand. Without her, the company would be a shadow of what it is now. There are times you feel she knows more about everything that's going on in the company than her own boss. So she is the one to go to first when any issues come up. Reden. How's the script going? Fine. I need to touch up a couple of things. Problems with the third act, right? How did you know? I've been working with you for a long time, honey. When everything's going well, you barely say a word. When you try to explain yourself, it means something is wrong. The Shredman already showed that you weren't too sure about the third act. But don't worry, we begin shooting next month, there's still time. Achso, mehr? Kann ich nicht mit ihr reden? Are you busy? Always am. What do you need? Ich kann, okay, nochmal ansprechen geht dann hier sogar, gut zu wissen. Any ideas about the third act? You've never asked for advice on your script. That's interesting. What's the issue with the third ending? The confrontation is identical to the original. Everything happens on the docks in exactly the same way. Let's see. We've got the Grief family, right? They have to do with the origins of the lunatic. We said we'd leave that for the next sequel. Don't worry about that. Just place the action there, reveal the origins of the character, and move the climax to the barn. You will come up with something for the next one. Bingo! Problem solved. But you're not going to get around to it today. Any messages for me? A couple of Eliza's fans called. Did they know? What the hell do they want? To see you dead. Seriously, Al, what did you do to that girl? Nothing, I just said in an interview that she doesn't care about horror movies. Just like you. And that the only reason she's on TV is to show skin so her idiotic fans can jerk off. I remember that interview now. You foresaw a good career for her as a stripper if they cancelled her show. Damn right. Always making friends. Any other messages? Yes. The guys from Astounding FX want to meet you. Astounding FX? What the heck is that? You're the new makeup. They are the new makeup effects company we have hired for Lunatic 2. They are really good. Good for them. They've turned down working on the sequel to A Nightmare on Elm Street to make our movie, just because you wrote it. Oh really? What an honor. Come on, Alan, don't be like that. Just stop by. They want to show you the new look for the Lunatic and get you a thumbs up. They could make the Lunatic wear a William Shatner mask for all I care. Have Christopher give them the go-ahead? They are in high demand, and they cut their rates to work on the film. So drop by, let them show you whatever they want to show you, and take a picture with them with that lovely forced smile of yours. Is it an order? No, but these guys deserve a thank you. Mark and Dwayne are a charm. Do it for me, would you? Fine. I see what I can do. New Location, Astounding Effects. Okay. Kann ich wohl mit dem Taxi dann auch hinfahren. Mit dem Taxi hat mich ein bisschen an Shoot Larry 1. Okay, any other messages for me? No one else called asking for you. I need to go clear my mind. It'll do you good. So, James Crosby. 1982 was James Crosby's year. He was the lead in President's Day Killer and became a member of the Church of Mother Earth. From then on, parts and big studio productions started raining on him. He doesn't seem aware that his success is due to the power the church holds in Hollywood, but because he starred in a modestly successful B-Movie. Not because he started in a modestly successful B-Movie. Ach, okay, also diese Kirche war mir gerade nicht sicher, ob das auch irgendwie irgendwas mit Horrorfilmen zu tun hat, aber die Kirche ist dann auch wirklich eine Kirche, Kirchenkult oder so, in dem er eingetreten ist, die aber auch ihre Beziehung spielen lässt, anscheinend. Sometimes he drops by the company to convince Pam or whoever is around to join his cult. Pam brought me up to speed. Lunatic 2, huh? Wow, you must be happy. Der sieht aber irgendwie scary aus, der Typ. Als hätte er schon wirklich irgendwas Diabolisches im Hinterkopf. Wow, you must be happy. Oh yeah, I can't stop jumping for joy. Come on, Alan, everyone's talking about the movie. It's a success so far. I even heard rumors over at Warner. Rumors? They want David Draven, the director, to shoot the next Stallone movie. Though Sly wants to keep George P. Cosmatos. Anyway, Lunatics, the talk of the town. And you did you hear anything about the screenwriter? No, I'm sorry. What are you working on now? I've taken a couple months off. Haven't stopped shooting lately. So Martin's been calling. Who's Martin? Scorsese. He wants me in his next movie. Paul will be there too. Das muss ich gerade überlegen. Scorsese? Nicht Scorsese, sorry. Ich musste gerade auch mal wieder an Francis Ford Coppola denken. Habe ich gerade gefragt, wann war eigentlich bei Apocalypse Now? Deswegen, aber der war früher als 85. Wenn ich mich gerade nicht total täusche. War der nicht 79 oder so? Apocalypse Now? Sorry. He wants me in his next movie. Paul? What Paul? McCartney? Newman. Paul Newman. Es war Dennis Hopper in Apocalypse. Dennis Hopper und Paul Newman sind irgendwie zwei Schauspieler, die ich in meinem Kopf immer durcheinander bringe. Anyway. I haven't made up my mind yet. I've also been talking to Brian. Brian May? Wer ist denn nochmal das... Oh, Brian May. Ist Brian May nicht einer von Hier, Radio Gaga, wie heißt der nochmal? Jetzt stehe ich gerade hier voll auf dem Schlauch. Queen? Das ist egal. Hey Alan, are you pulling my leg? I don't know what to do. I might consult with Steven. Spielberg? Gut. Okay, er ist ja der Reise-Name-Dropper. What do you do in that cult exactly? Again with that? We are not a cult. We are legally constituted church. Okay, call it whatever you want, but what do you do there? We are not allowed to talk about it. Come by one day and see for yourself. See? Sounds like a cult. How's that a way of advertising yourselves? Just imagine I drop by one day and end up with melted wax on my chest and 4 octogenaries ready to abuse me. Hahaha. Hilarious. For your information, that would never happen. The teaching of the Church of Mother Earth are based on kindness and common good. Do you really think the Earth is a living being? Of course. What seems odd to me is for people as clever as you not to believe it. Mother Earth has always been sending signals, but we never paid attention until she chose Joseph as her intermediary. She speaks through him? Yes. Tells him what to do? Exactly. Let's drop the subject, I'm feeling insulted. Why? You're threatening me like a 4-year-old. See you. Alright, think about it. What should I think about? Well, Pam, as we were saying, we were not saying anything. Okay. Door anschauen, the door, sign reads Christopher Ruskin, CEO. Will ich da reingehen? Christopher is not in his office right now. But you're welcome there anytime. So go ahead, okay? Mehr Poster. Don't go in the Forest 3D and Campfire Psycho. Surprisingly for you, they were both a success. You don't need them, you already have them at home. Cabinet, anschauen. The dozens of scripts the company receives each year are kept there, among other things. How much worse than yours must they be for Christopher not to have considered them? Tagieren? Revising your own scripts is already hard enough, you're not going to read other people's. Drinks, anschauen? Christopher always has expensive drinks at hand to liven up meetings and render possible investors defenseless. Interagieren? You don't feel like a drink right now. Sights, anschauen? Downtown LA looks spectacular in the late evening light. Interagieren? So low the powerful California sun blinds you when looking through the window. Desk, anschauen? It's not unusual to find Christopher talking on the phone with his feet on the desk and sitting as if he'd been thrown there from 30 feet up. There's a bottle of cologne on the desk. Ah, interessant. Interagiert das mit dem Desk? Ah, you take the bottle and hope Christopher won't miss it. New inventory item, bottle of cologne. Okay, aber ich habe die Sachen sind nicht mehr einzeln. Ich hätte auch ein bisschen gehofft, dass in anderen Räumen es nicht ganz so krass mit Items ist wie im eigenen Zuhause am Anfang. Und wenn ich jetzt im Spiel ein bisschen voranschreite und die ganzen Schauplätze mal durch habe, dann werde ich euch sicherlich nicht mehr so viel ständig Sachen vorlesen müssen und dann geht es mehr um die Rätsellösung. Aber so ist es halt am Anfang, wenn man erstmal sich hier die Welt erschließt. Aber ich mag es trotzdem aktuell gern. Ich mag diesen chilligen Soundtrack hier gerade im Hintergrund. Oh Gott, ich bin schon fast bei einer Stunde Spielzeit, sehe ich gerade. Oder bei 50 Minuten ungefähr. Und ich mag weiterhin auch diese ganze Retro-Pixel-Charme-Atmosphäre. Ist halt, damit bin ich leicht zu kriegen, gebe ich ja zu. So, Files anschauen. From time to time, Christopher speaks about market trends and audience preferences by pointing to a page in one of these folders. You suspect the page is usually random. Interagieren. You don't need to look at the current market trends and audience preferences of horror movie fans. It's clear to you. Blood and tits. Oh wow. Posters. You look at the posters from the movies you've written with the same indifference as a plumber looking at the faucet he fixed. Though he would probably be prouder of his work than you of yours. Interagieren. Wir fed up with these posters. They are the same ones that are hanging at your place. Wenn er das so scheiße findet eigentlich, warum hat er die eigentlich in seinem eigenen Raum hingehangen? Wenn er sie so nicht ausstellen kann. Okay, plant, anschauen. Oh Gott. Gina Dreyfus, the actress from Campfire Psycho, gifted him a bamboo plant with the intention of improving the office's feng shui. You are no expert in this kind of pseudoscience. The Hollywood population so happily embraces, but you don't see any relationship between one and the other except that both come from China. Interagieren. You've surprised Ruskin talked to the plant once or twice. He argued that he was stimulating its growth. It was a good moment to start a scientific debate, but you were not in the mood for wasting your time with someone who subscribes to quantum therapies and believes in reincarnation. You try to rip off the plant's... Sorry. You try to rip one of the plant's leaves off, but you are firmly attached to the stem. But they are firmly attached to the stem. Okay, ich habe auch nichts, womit ich die Blätter besser abkriege. Aber okay, da scheint was zu sein, was theoretisch, wenn man vielleicht einen Knipser hat oder eine Schere oder so, wo man dann da irgendwie Blatt von abmachen könnte. Okay, ich würde sagen, mehr ist hier nicht. Geht eigentlich Doppelklick? Ah, okay, modern. Das ist schön. Ich rede nochmal mit Jack. Vielleicht habe ich was Neues zu sagen, jetzt wo ich da drin war. Nee. You stand next to the taxi stop and wait for a free one to arrive. Warum auch immer die Frau ist, aber ich gehe mal davon aus. Nee, das sind verschiedene Leute, okay. Where to, man? Peter Evans, Mensch. Wer ist denn überhaupt Peter Evans? Da bin ich gerade unsicher. Egal. Oh. Ist jemand ermordet worden? Offensichtlich, oder was? Thanks for your cooperation, officer. Good evening. Oh, Goldberg. What a tragedy. What happened? Where's Evans? I'm afraid I've got bad news. Evans committed suicide. What? We are in shock too. We can't seem to make sense of it. But why would he commit suicide? He had everything a man could aspire to. We don't know what goes through other people's minds, Goldberg. Truth is, he seemed more short-tempered than usually lately. But who isn't in the city? What are you doing here? Evans had some essential documents we needed in order to close the sale of the studio to the Japanese. The LA chief of police allowed me to go in and get them. Very kind of him. Hold on, you are selling the studio? That's the plan. They are in charge from now on. Lucky me, they want to keep the current corporate board. I had an appointment to talk about the project. Ah, yes, well... Let us talk about it, okay? As you know, Evans was the only one protecting your project from the rest of the executives. Also das ist ein Produzent oder was, der Evans jetzt tot ist? Ich bin noch nicht so ganz, ich bin gerade ein bisschen dumm irgendwie. Now that he's gone, I'm afraid we won't be following through with the movie. Anyway, I don't think it would have been made even with Evans. Now that the studio will be in the hands of the Japanese. They are more Godzilla than Kurosawa, if you know what I mean. The trend is action heroes like Stallone or Schwarzenegger, or otherwise movies like the ones Emblem is making. Emblem, war das nicht von Spielberg, die Firma? Ah Gott. Das ist nicht... Gott, sorry, nee, ich bin unsicher. Aber Emblem ist auf jeden Fall. Ich bin bei Filmen echt nicht so super drin, aber Emblem ist auf jeden Fall bei älteren Filmen auch was, was man öfter mal vor dem Film bei den Firmen hinter den Film gesehen hat. War auch schon länger, glaube ich, nicht mehr, ne? Ich glaube, die gibt's nicht mehr, würde ich jetzt fast denken. Oh Gott, ja, sorry, ich bin bei Filmen echt viel weniger drin als im Spielekosmos. I'm afraid there won't be any room for high-budget dramas such as the ones you are proposing. Ach, das war, wo ich jetzt dachte, das war der Typ, der für mich gekämpft dafür hat, dass ich einen neuen Film machen kann, wo ich wieder Bock drauf habe. We are grateful for Peter Evans' work. The studio pulled through its worst times thanks to him. But it's 1985, Goldberg. Teens rule the box office now. I hope you understand. Anyway, since you're here, I've got something to show you. I found this in the desk next to the office phone. Barry Landau, muss ich mir merken, Barry Landau pulls out a letter with a letterhead that reads Flying Saucer Pictures. It seems to be a small, low-budget studio focused on fantasy or horror movies. You can't grasp why Evans committed suicide, but even less why that was in his office. Peter Evans despised this kind of small producers that capitalized on making exploitation movies instead of making art. It took a lot for you to stand up for yourself, given that you were responsible for several mass killer movies. Curious, isn't it? Evans dealing with this kind of scum. You know what? You can keep it. Your talents are more in line with this trash than with our studio. I've proven I can be more than a slasher screenwriter. Let me remind you I was an Oscar nominee. So was Chair last year. Take it, my hand's getting tired. New inventory item, dieser Letter. I wish you much success in your career, Goldberg. You'll need it. Hollywood is changing. It's not the 70s anymore. Ich mag übrigens diese kleinen pixeligen Porträtbilder. Haben auch irgendwie was schön. Also sieht wirklich aus wie in so einem VGR-Spielen damals. Aber ergeben auch den Charakteren, die in der richtigen Spielwelt ja relativ rudimentär aussehen, noch ein bisschen extra Charakter. Goodbye. If there was ever a chance to touch heaven in Hollywood again, it's gone. You are surprised to realize, though, that spending the rest of your career stuck in the B-movies business is the last thing you are worried about right now. Peter Evans was an important figure to you, not only because he believed in your project and tried to move heaven and earth to get it made. Peter Evans was the man you wanted to become. You wanted wealthy, well-connected, and able to bring top-tier movie projects to life. Now he's dead. By his own hand. How is it possible for someone who had everything they wanted in life to end up like this? You look at the letter Barry Landau just gave you. Dear Mr. Evans, I do know what you are talking about indeed. I thus beg you to handle this in person. You will surely understand that this matter should be dealt with discreetly. Kind regards, Glenn Bishop. Wird das jetzt als neuer Ort zugefügt gleich? You marvel at Peter Evans' luxurious mansion and still can't come to terms with the fact of his suicide. You can't understand what one of the most powerful executives in Hollywood could need from one of the most insignificant production companies in Los Angeles. Without the projects that could have put you back in the spotlight, with a script for a sequel that's going nowhere, and no desire to make anything else, you decide to delve into why someone like Evans did what he did. New Location, Flying Saucer Productions. Okay, cool. Also okay, es ist also geht auch in Richtung jetzt so ein bisschen Detektivstory. Ich muss keinen Mord aufklären aktuell, sondern einen Suicide aufklären. Okay, Fans anschauen. Many a client of the Tour of the Stars thinks that these people are so rich that the tips of their fences are made of real gold. Just golden paint, in case you were wondering. Benutzen. Trying to climb the fence in front of a police officer, huh? Any other crime you'd like to commit, Ellen? Okay, Plakette. Ank has a name on... Was? Has a name on? Ank has a name on? Even though he disparaged horror movies, Evans named his mansion after 1932's The Mummy, a tribute to the first movie he watched in the theater and the one which made him fall in love with the seventh art. Interagieren? Stripping of plaques from Celebrity Mansion is something only a brain-dead tourist would do. Mansion? Anschauen. Peter Evans' majestic mansion rising up from the grounds makes you realize it's not it's not fame you seek, not even the long-awaited Oscar. Your motivation to keep fighting is to become one of them, but alive, of course. Interagieren. A police officer, police tape, a closed fence, and aversion to trouble are the factors dissuading you from trying to break into Peter Evans' home. Okay, police officer, anschauen. Officer Jackson has spent 25 years in the Los Angeles Police Department, LAPD, with a flawless service record. Happily married, his dream was to have a kid and get promoted to police inspector. The former was biologically impossible, and he enjoys patrolling the streets so much that he ended up letting go of the latter. Okay, aber okay, wieso kennt er den Polizisten so gut? Ich meine, wir haben hier Los Angeles und kein kleines Dorf. Okay, ich rede mal mit ihm. Officer? Sir. Er sieht ein bisschen aus, war das Terminator? Sieht ein bisschen aus wie so ein Terminator-Cop. What happened in there? Nothing good. That guy, the movie guy, blew his brains out. You need to have a pair for that, don't you think? Do you know if he left a suicide note? You watch a lot of movies, don't you? Actually, I write them. More than 90% of the people who commit suicide don't leave any notes. It's a myth. Still, did he leave one? Why are you asking all these questions? Are you a journalist? No, I'm a screenwriter, I already told you. Have you written something I may have watched? Does Melodies of Heaven ring any bells? Are you kidding? You wrote that movie? What a snoozer. Marry my wife made me go watch it with her. I fell asleep. And that's my review. It's okay. She liked it so. I shouldn't be talking about this with you, you know? It's strictly police business. But to hell with that, if I can tell Mary I've been talking to the writer of Melodies of Heaven. We're having some communication issues lately. This way we'll have something to talk about. As for the note, no, he didn't leave one. Anything else you want to know? Was it really a suicide? You mean whether someone murdered him and made it pass for a suicide, right? I can see your screenwriter's mind at work. I'm afraid to disappoint you. Everything seems to suggest suicide. No doors or windows forced. According to my colleagues, the position in which he was holding the rifle looked natural. Okay. Can I go in? Of course not. So why did you allow Barry Landau inside? Your friend? The one who just left? He's not my friend. Yeah, I saw how glad he was to get rid of you. Orders from above. He seems to have a good relationship with the boss. Is it legal? Letting a civilian into a crime scene? No way, he could tamper with a scene. Even take vital evidence. He did right under your nose. He took some papers. And I'll file a complaint, don't worry about that. You could have denied him entry. I just told you, orders from above. I'll file a Hey, how about we stop going in circles here? I'm aware the situation is anomalous, right? Okay. What are you guarding exactly? The crime scene. I thought you all left once the place was sealed. Soon everyone will know a big fish from the movies blew his brains out, and this place will be crawling with journos. I don't know if you know them, but these guys will jump over the fence for the chance to take a picture. I don't like the idea of standing here like one of those living stagers on Sunset Boulevard. My thing is patrolling, but orders from above. I'm leaving. Have a good day, sir. Noch eine Plakette. Achso, das ist aber noch das gleiche. Obelisk. Evan showed off his latest acquisition to you the last time you were here. The price tag, transportation costs, and the way from Egypt and installation costs knocked your socks off. Interagieren? Why on earth would you buy an obelisk, Evans? You asked. Unabashedly, he replied, because I can. Patrol car. Anschauen? In your opinion, there's no reason to have the lights on right now except to give Officer Jackson some extra sense of authority. Interagieren? Rummaging through a patrol car in front of an officer of the law could be the worst idea you come up with today. Okay, na, dann haben wir ja schon ein bisschen was gelernt. Ah, sie wieder. Okay, we meet again. Where are we off to now? Joe's Diner. Well, who do we have here? Brought back out from your hole already? I see you are still in yours. Hey, Joe. Doesn't this place have an admittance policy? Do you want me to kick him out, Vicky? Okay. Blackboard. A good sample of the American diet. Ultra-processed meat, fries soaked in sunflower oil, and hefty milkshakes made from artificial powders and flavors. Interagieren? The prices are the lowest in the block. A strategy born out of sending Vicky or Karen undercover to sniff around competitors' menus. Pie, anschauen. A very appealing blueberry pie waiting to be devoured by anybody who might still have any room left after eating one of Joe's copious menus. Interagieren? Sometimes you have a slice of that pie with your coffee, but you have already met your caffeine quota for today, so you don't feel like having any. Arcade anschauen. Joe replaces the arcade machine often. New games keep the kids coming back to blow their weekly allowance on it. Interagieren? The arcade machine only works with coins. Cash register. Anschauen. This place makes a lot of money. It's well located, prices are affordable, and, as much as Joe may complain, patrons are never in short supply. Interagieren? Tread carefully if you don't want Joe to jump through the kitchen window and tear your arm off for messing around with the cash register. Pies. Joe assures his clients that the pies taste just like the ones that grandmas used to make. As long as they aren't a factory of processed baked goods, that's it. Interagieren? You aren't hungry. Joe, Vicky, wer ist das? Mac? Door, TV. Die Musik. Ist die Musik extra für das Spiel gemacht? Oder? Wird ja hoffentlich nicht für YouTube ein Problem sein. That damn channel broadcasts video clip non-stop 24 hours a day. It's so popular that studios are starting to hire music video directors too. In your opinion, deal with Cinema, its final death blow. Okay, das ist, glaube ich, eine Anspielung auf MTV, was 2 Jahre vorher, glaube ich, gestartet war, oder? Ich glaube, 82 oder 83 ist MTV gestartet, ne? Interagieren? You don't know any of the bands on there, but they are very popular with the kids. You have no idea who the Bengals are. Duran Duran sounds like a character from Barbarella, and you think the Cars is the worst possible name for a rock band. Neon. You're convinced that the 80s will end up with an epidemic of damages retinas thanks to the proliferation of neon signs. Interagieren. You time the rhythm flickering of the neon sign in your head, 13 seconds. You've always been very attentive. But you also tend to waste your time on this kind of nonsense. Photos? Anschauen. Joe proudly shows off his photos with celebrities who either walked in by mistake or needed a toilet urgently. Interagieren. Joe doesn't consider you famous enough to take a picture with you. Und hier haben wir noch einen Customer. Okay, ich fange einfach mal beim Customer. Ich fange einfach mal links an, hier mit Vicky. Anschauen. Like most aspiring actresses, Vicky came to Hollywood full of hopes and dreams just to end up waiting tables in one of the city's many restaurants. You've spent good moments with her, and you could say she's the girl of your dreams, were it not for your particular way of dreaming. What was that all about? I don't know what you're talking about. That dumb thing about the admission policy. Don't you have anything to say to me? Good afternoon, Burger and a beer. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Erstmal jetzt nett. I don't know what you're talking about. You don't know, huh? Don't you owe me an apology? A week ago you were on a second date with Vicky, despite the disaster that was the previous one, and it was worse. You got drunk and started blabbering away. You only remember ending up lying on the back seat of a taxi soaked in the wine Vicky probably threw at you before running away, and a strong pain in your cheek. So, in these moments you wish you were at your typewriter with all the time in the world to think of all the possible answers your character might give. You try to choose the right words to tell Vicky, but this page will probably end up in the trash can. Anyway, let's drop the subject, okay? What did I say? Don't you remember? I hadn't felt so insulted in my whole life, Ellen. But what on earth did I say? I won't repeat it. Hearing it once was enough. Keep it down, lovebirds. Aren't you going to tell me? It's not what you said, Ellen. The problem is you did it again. You always manage to ruin a special night. I don't get your frustration, Ellen. You're not that man just starting out in Hollywood anymore. That was years ago. You've got a job, you make a living, and you've tasted success. What else do you want? Do you want to know what frustration looks like? I've spent 5 years in Hollywood and I haven't gotten a single part yet. I'm 35 and share an apartment with two 20-somethings. They've barely been here for 2 months and one's already been on Cheers and the other's a regular on the Colbys. And that doesn't prevent me from showing the ones I love some respect, you know. Alright, I'm sorry. I apologize if I offended you. If I offended you ist so eine versalzene Art sich zu entschuldigen, ehrlich gesagt. What? What's that if? Of course you offended me. Okay, schön, dass sie das auch so sieht. You're better at hurting people than at writing scripts, you know. And the worst thing about it is, God, I'm such an idiot that I'd hang out with you again tonight. But it's over, Ellen. I don't need this kind of relationship in my life right now. I don't blame you for it. I can barely stand myself. Try to see life as it is, Ellen. You have to pull your weight if you want things to work between us. For a moment you think about apologizing again, this time in a less apathetic and more sincere way, but you know it won't change Vicky's mind, so you decide to spare her the words. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Have you been to any castings this week? 3. And it's always the same, either too young or too old. Why don't you get her into one of your movies? I tried, twice. Associate producers get their lady friends in. I can't do anything about that. You're not pushing hard enough. That's not how it works, Joe. I'm just a screenwriter and But why am I explaining myself to you? Why are you barging in on our conversation? Because Vicky's worth a lot. She's a good actress. I know she's good. Very good. Yeah? If she was as good as you say, we'd already have seen her in that lunatic movie. Let it be, Joe. Anne is right. Why are you defending him? Are you so infatuated with him that you swallow everything he says? Excuses. If he'd wanted to, he would have been in one of his movies already. Please, Joe. If you're alive, it's your life, and it's none of my business. Well, you haven't stopped meddling. I only want the best for my employees, okay? Is that clear? Can I know what I said during dinner? You should know. I should, but the thing is, I don't. Then try to remember. Smells strong, doesn't suit you. Okay, mal mehr Sachen benutzen einfach hier. He's not interested in that. Oops, me. Okay. Do you have any change? I've only got bills. Oh, you're out of coins. Sorry, Alan. Ah, schade. So, den kann ich aber nicht... Okay, den kann ich nicht irgendwie als Interaktion, weil er wenn ich draufklicke, er sofort das liest. Okay. Joe. Joe is devoted to his business. You consider him a good man, given that he should already have broken your legs instead of putting up with your impertinence. Hey, Joe. When are you going to add me to the Wall of Fame? No offense, Alan, but you're not no celebrity. You're a screenwriter. Can't a screenwriter be a celebrity? No. It's like taking a picture with a lighting technician. What about William Goldman? Don't you know him? No. See? A screenwriter can't be a celebrity. New machine? That one? Yeah, it's one of those modern Gamma jigs with touch panels. It has quizzes for smart asses like you. It's not exactly a hit so far. Kids prefer to shoot spaceships. They are coming to change it tomorrow. If you want to try it out, do it today. But let me warn you, there are no prizes. Can I ask you a personal question? Let's see. Are you happy in that kitchen? You are asking if I'm happy? Well, you are here day and night, always completely soaked in sweat, and I thought... You thought? Mr. Hollywood thought. You don't think this is a decent job? Is that what you're suggesting? No, not at all. Look, Mr. Smarty Pants. I started in this business when I was 14. I've spent my whole life working for others and putting up with everyone's shit. I always wanted to be my own boss and to open a place like this. That's always been my dream, and it's as worthy as yours of making it to the Mount Olympus of cinema legends, okay? I didn't mean to offend you, Joe. Bah. I'll be around. Aren't you gonna order a drink? No thanks. Meg. Meg Paulin is a freelance journalist who specializes in TV critique. He feels so at home in this place that he practically uses it as his office. Joe doesn't object. Meg spends an average of $10 a day here. What's up, Meg? Oh, er sieht älter aus, als ich dachte. Er sieht aus wie... bisschen sieht er aus wie Clark-Gell, war das, oder? Aus Vom Winde verweht. War das Clark? Oh Gott. Ich sollte lieber aufhören. Oh Gott, ich bin mich hier auf die Probleme. Oh, es geht weiter. I was already thinking that the police had knocked down your door and found the cat eating your corpse. I don't have a cat. I hate them. So, it'd be a good end for me. Feeling optimistic today, are we? I'm glad to see you, friend. What can I help you with? What are you writing? a review of the new Twilight Zone. I already know what you're going to reply, but I know a couple of guys at CBS who owe me some favors. Aren't you interested in writing an episode for the series? You want me to work in TV? I don't want to end my days being a TV writer. Come on, Ellen. TV is changing. Even William Friedkin directed an episode. And maybe in the future you will have more freedom writing for TV than for the movies. I know practically everyone in the job, and you could shine there. I appreciate it, but I won't insist. But if you ever change your mind, here I am. Magnau's people, Wordmonger. Maybe if you worked in TV you wouldn't complain so much. Oh, shut up. I see somebody's happy to see me. Why wouldn't I? Okay, you mean Joe. He thinks highly of you, but you know him. Ah, you are referring to Vicky. I'm not meddling in other couples' affairs. We are not a couple. You would be if you weren't so... whatever. It's not of my business. Carry on with your thing. So, haben wir noch den Customer. Billy blissfully enjoys Joe Diner's new burger. You don't need anything from Billy. Wow, was war das? Let him enjoy his burger. Probier das nochmal irgendwie. Okay. Mein Bildschirm hat kurz, ganz kurz wurde der schwarz, deswegen war ich kurz irritiert. Okay, Door. So, it's nothing special. Joe is so proud of his sauce that he doesn't even allow his employees in the kitchen while he's making it. Das heißt, das wird nicht funktionieren. Hey, Wordmonger! There's nothing for you in there. Okay. Ich wüsste auch nicht. Dann gehe ich mal wieder raus. Mind if I smoke? It's a Havana cigar. The only good thing those communists have. Oh God. Anyway, where to? Gehen wir mal zu Astounding Effects und lassen uns mal diese Kostüme oder Make-up zeigen. Oh, nice. Hello? Wow. What's the... Okay. What? Brains. More brains. Shit. I told Pam I didn't want to come here, damn it. Brains. Look, Paul, I don't have the time for your antics. Open the door, I'm leaving. Knock it off, Gabe. Okay. And put some music on. What a party pooper. Sorry, buddy, we do it to everyone who comes in here. Again with that, Gabe. Why did we even buy the Twisted Sisters album then? Wow. Wow, you are an iceberg. You didn't even flinch. Just a moment, I'm going to let some light in. Ich muss nur sagen, schöne Animation, dass die extra Animation gemacht haben, wie er so eine Rasenfensterung benutzt hat. Well, what can I do for Alan Goldberg? Oh wow, I didn't recognize you with that beard, man. It's a pleasure to have you here. Come with me. What do you think of the lunatic's new look? Red, right? We're using a new translucent material that withstands light very well and gives the sensation of real skin on camera. It also allows for deeper coloring, whereas with other materials you are limited to a superficial color layer. We are among the very first ones to use it. Also, I think Gordon Smith is also experimenting with it. So, do you like it? Do we have your thumbs up? Honestly, the only thing that interests you about writing horror scripts is collecting your paycheck once the job is done. The look of the lunatic is impressive, but you'd feel exactly the same if it were a sock with two balls for eyes operated by a puppeteer. Yes, you have my blessing. Wow! It's such an honor. I don't know if you know this, but we took this job instead of the Nightmare on Elm Street sequel because of you, man. You write awesome movies. For me, you are the best horror screenwriter nowadays. Oh yeah? Yeah, dude. Dude. Wayne's a little bit pissed because he thinks Freddy Krueger is going to be a new horror movie icon. Fuck Wayne and fuck Freddy Krueger. The lunatic is the new Michael Myers, huh? Well, since you're here, can we take a picture with you? I should comb my hair first. Not in the mood, huh? It's alright. We'll make yourself a home, pal. I'm gonna keep working on an effect that'll make Ruskin shit his pants when he sees it. I'll be around if you need me, okay, man? Every night I rock myself to sleep. Okay. Okay, shelf. If you were the least bit interested in the low-budget horror films of the last few years, you would realize that on that shelf rest authentic prosthetic milestones such as the demos from 555 Evil, the elf from Maniac Troll, and the ripped-off face of one of the victims of the lycanthrope from Moon Madness. And again, you get closer and see the level of detail and realism of each and every one of the prostheses. Fire extinguisher. With the amount of flammable products lying around the place and the gases they produce, having a fire extinguisher on hand is an absolute must. And again, don't even think about it. If a fire were to break out, the extinguisher could save the business and even the lives of those who work here. Lunatic. Anschauen? Despite your lack of interest in special effects, you have to admit that the new look of the lunatic is amazing. These guys are talented and you can see a future for them in the field. Interagieren? It makes you want to touch it and see that it is not a poor deformed bastard taking a nap rather than a spectacular special effect. Can with dry brushes. Anschauen? Kevin Westmore is a talented 17-year-old apprentice whom astounding effects has welcomed into its fold after seeing his wonderful designs. Mark thinks he will get far as long as he kicks the nasty habit of not cleaning his brushes after finishing his work. Interagieren? Hab ich schon gedacht, so ein Pinsel kann man immer mal gut gebrauchen in Adventures. So, was haben wir hier? Mietmas? You have no idea what that is. It's for Charles' band of Empire Pictures. He put it in an order for the most disgusting mass of meat ever to be seen on screen. Gross, huh? It's Gabe's work. Who? The zombie that greeted you. Interagieren? Even though you know it is a special effect, you don't want to touch it. Betsy. Anschauen? Betsy is a realistic corpse who has had more gigs this year than some actors. She appeared floating in a swamp in Dark Lake 3, inside a locker in Hello Mary Sue, and hanging from deer antlers in Cabin Horror. Interagieren. Betsy is impressively realistic. Zombie. The impressive zombie was the work of Wayne Bartalos in an attempt to convince George A. Romero that astounding could make creatures worthy of appearing in his apocalyptic films. However, Romero preferred to stick with local Pittsburgh talent such as the celebrated Tom Savini or the emerging Greg Nicotero. Interagieren. The realism of the creature is so impressive that for a moment you fear it will come to life and try to scare you like the idiot that greeted you. Mold, anschauen. A full-body cast of actress Janine Palmer, on which Mark is sculpting burnt skin for the film Harriet 2, Spontaneous Combustion. Interagieren. Do not touch it, the material is still drying. Okay, der andere, ich kann nicht weiter nach links gehen, der andere ist wirklich außerhalb meiner Reichweite, der andere Kerl. Ist er nicht ein... Das kann auch die rechte Hand sein, ne? Aber es könnte auch was anderes sein. Aber nee, das ist ja Betsy, das ist ja eine Frau. Dann hängt einfach nur die Haut weg oder so. Gut. Ich dachte kurz, das wäre ein Pipi-Mann. Okay, dann reden wir mal mit Mark oder schauen uns erstmal Mark an. Like so many special effects, makeup artist Mark was fascinated at a young age by Dick Smith's do-it-yourself monster makeup handbook. In a few years he went from doing his friend's Halloween makeup to running one of Hollywood's most promising makeup effects firms. Deswegen, ich muss nochmal mich entschuldigen bei den Polizisten, mir fällt gerade auch auf, das ist wirklich jetzt quasi der Erzähler, der das sagt. So eine Art allwissender Erzähler. Das ist nicht meine Figur selbst. Wow, dude. I still can't believe Ann Goldberg is here to see us. Have you been doing this for long? Makeup? My whole life. My mother says that when I was 2 years old, I was already zombifying my toys. Professionally, about 4 years. Things have gone well for me. So you only work on horror films? Yeah man, we have turned down some big non-genre projects. Horror is our passion. We didn't get into this because we were inspired by Barbara Streisand's makeup growing up, you know? So you're horror fans? Fans? Horror films are our passion. When we are not working, we travel to horror conventions and festivals to soak ourselves in the genre. We love horror films, their history, we know everything about them. So you are... Achso, das ist nun mal wieder das. Komisch, dass einige Sachen man immer wieder fragen kann, einige gerne dann weggehen. I let you work. Make yourself a tall man. Kann ich dem irgendwas zeigen? Das ist welche Brushscheiger. Damn, Kevin, we are going to end up spending our entire budget on brushes. Do you need a new one? I think this one will do. Take whatever you want from the workshop. Ruskin is paying. Okay. Findest du so eine 3D-Brillen cool? Kannst du mir Geld wechseln? Okay. Komme ich hier also auch nicht weiter. Your face seems familiar. Haven't I given you a ride before? Flying Saucer Pictures. Bin mal gespannt. Wow. What the fuck? Das Gebäude explodiert. Guys, angucken. The guy on the right is talking non-stop while the other one is listening intently. Interagieren. Those guys are acting sketchy. Casually, you position yourself to eavesdrop on them. You pay attention to their conversation. Embarrassed, you step away from them when you realize the man on the right is trying to convince the other one that Missing in Action 2 was shot before the first part, but premiered afterwards. Rubble. That's odd. According to the letterhead, the Flying Saucer Pictures offices should be here. Interagieren? Rummaging through the rubble won't help you rebuild the Flying Saucer picture offices, if they were ever here. Okay, du weißt bestimmt mehr hier. Wer bist du? Guy. You can recognize a dealer from miles away, and this one in particular is not making any effort to hide it. Hey friend. I don't know what they told you, buddy, but I don't sell anything. Nobody told me anything. I don't even know who you are and what do you do for a living. So I can guess the letter. Oh, can you? What do you want, buddy? I'm looking for the Flying Saucer Pictures offices. Flying what? This is 451 Roadside Avenue, right? Don't know. Guess, man. I think there should be an office here instead of this rubble. Oh yeah, fuck. The movie guy, the movies guy. What a fucking bastard. They say he was the one who caused the building to collapse just so he could collect the insurance money. A gas leak or something. The asshole could have blown up half the street. You gotta be a real son of a bitch to do something like that, huh? Do you know where I can find this guy? His name is Glenn Bishop. Achso, das habe ich gesagt. No idea, man. Bishop. Hope you'll find him, but behind bars. That's where he belongs. Do you know anybody who could point me to Glenn Bishop's whereabouts? The owner of the pawn shop. But he is not here right now. I think he is testifying at the police station. A problem with some jewels or something. He left his cousin in charge of the shop. But he's kinda dumb. Don't waste your time with him. What about the laundromat? Maybe they know something. You've never seen one of those? They're completely unmanned. You go in, insert a coin, and wash your clothes. Clearly, you have something to do it for you. What? It's someone to do it for you, hat er, glaube ich, gesagt. I think that's all. Okay, man. Okay, pawn shop. You don't need anything from Fred's pawn shop. But you need to know where to find one such door in case you need it. Fred's pawn shop has a great stock of VCR, stereo devices, Atari video game consoles, mixing consoles and car radio cassettes. 85, da ist natürlich Atari schon so ein bisschen stark am Bergab gehen. Da kommt, glaube ich, das NES dann gerade in den USA raus, aber glaube ich auch erstmal vor allem in New York und so. Most of them are stolen. That might be the reason the police often visits his establishment to clarify the source of his products. Okay. Das ist nicht mal ein Interaktionsding hier, das Laundry-Ding. Für Exit und Taxi. Okay. Ach, warte mal, ist der Exit? Warte mal, bin ich dann wieder beim Taxi auch so? Ach so, okay. Hey friend, have you heard about Rock Hudson? Ach, aus dem Ding ist jetzt die Site geworden, da bin ich jetzt gerade, ne? Das hat er jetzt schon geupdatet, weil hier ist nicht wirklich das Ding. Okay, interessant. Ich will nur mal kurz gucken, weil irgendwie, ich meine, was ich als nächstes tun würde, ist wieder in meine Firma gehen und mit den Leuten reden wegen dem Tod von... Alter, ich und Name, ey. Von dem Typen halt. Oh, Griffiths Park. You can see Griffiths Park from here. There you can find Griffiths Observatory, the Botanical Gardens, Greek Theater and the Los Angeles Zoo. You've never been to any of those places. In fact, Los Angeles is still mostly an unknown city to you. Interagieren, you don't need to go to Griffiths Park. So, given how the day's going, you wouldn't be surprised if you ended up there. Okay, ich gehe mal wieder zu Ruskin Productions jetzt erstmal. Ach, guck an, wer ist das? Neil Gordon. Neil Gordon is a horror movie enthusiast who manages, writes and publishes a small fanzine called The Terror Zone. He thinks you are one of the best current horror screenwriters and he is dying to interview you. But reading your words in a magazine made of loosely stapled photocopies doesn't match your concept of an interview. Ich rede trotzdem mal mit ihm. I told you I wasn't going to grant you an interview, so you can leave the bench free for whoever else needs it. You made that pretty clear last time, Mr. Goldberg. It's hard to forget. You were quite blunt. But I'm not here for you. I'm trying to interview Christopher Ruskin. Couldn't you... No. Jack? Naja, nichts Neues zu sagen, okay. Okay, jetzt fängt das Spiel langsam an, in eine Richtung zu gehen, wo ich, glaube ich, nicht mehr die ganze Zeit mit Vorlesen verbringe. Auch nichts. Okay, hätte ich jetzt erwartet. Die Sachen helfen mir, glaube ich, nicht. Oh, er ist da. Alan! I've heard the news. What a shame, huh? Indeed. Does that mean your project fucked up? Yeah. I don't want to sound callous at a time like this, but this is good news for Ruskin Productions. Our Alan isn't going anywhere anytime soon. I don't have much of a choice. Oh, come on. Don't be like that. Do you know what I was staring at through the window when you got here? The city at your feet, right? Makes you feel powerful. You're impossible. Come here. Look toward Sunset Strip. That billboard ad on the corner by Tower Records. What do you see? A brown and blue blot. Come on, Alan. What do you want me to see? The sun reflecting off the window. I can't see a damn thing. It's the lunatic poster on Sunset Boulevard. Do you know what it means? We can afford it. We are making big money thanks to you. Do you know where I've been today? Surprise me. In a meeting with Toyneck, they are releasing an action figure line of horror monsters. And you know who is going to be the star? The lunatic. They are all along the same lines, Alan. Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, and thanks to the movie's success, they want your creation to be the star figure. Isn't it wonderful? A lunatic toy. Wonderful. I know it's not the figurine you'd like to have in your hands, but we're on the way, Alan. We'll soon be able to afford higher budget movies as well as other genres. The day will come when you can write anything you want, and I will gladly produce it. Oh, das ist aber ganz nett von ihm. But the success of horror movies is what will allow us to take bigger risks. It's pretty straightforward, right? I'm sick of writing the same thing over and over, Christopher. That's all. I know. But you're so good at it. We've won awards thanks to you. And I'm not letting you go. And now, if you will allow me, I'm going to keep admiring our future. Okay. Ja, okay, das ist auch ein bisschen... Christopher is a natural sweet talker. You can't have a conversation without him praising you to the point of exhaustion. That makes you feel uncomfortable. Do you have a moment? Sure. First of all, how's the script going? Remember to do whatever you want with it. You know there won't be any sort of interferences on my part. I trust you completely. The script's going perfectly well. Did you have any doubts? Not in the slightest. If I ask, it's because that's what I wanted to hear. Anyway, what do you want to tell me? Does Crosby always have to be here? Oh well, let's drop it, okay? I don't mind a star hanging around this office. It bothers me that they try to recruit everyone and their mother into their cult. You know what? Sometimes I wonder if it would be a good idea to join them. Nine! Are you serious? Isn't all that pseudo-science you believe in enough for you? They have power in Hollywood, Alan, lots of power. They could help Ruskin Productions take off for good. Look, I don't want to hear it. It's just an idea. I don't think I'll do it. Does Glenn Bishop ring any bells? Das ist der Typ von Flying Saucer Ding, ne? Glenn Bishop? He's got a small production company, Flying Saucer Pictures. I recall some RKO producer from the 40s. Are we talking about the same person? No, I don't think so. Nothing else. We're gonna strike it rich, Alan. Ja, ich von dir geklaut. It is his, yes. But now it's yours. Schön, dass das Spiel das anerkennt. Oder halt berücksichtigt. Okay, aber so richtig weiterkommen bin ich jetzt hier trotzdem nicht, wie ich vielleicht gedacht hätte. Ich gehe jetzt mal wieder zu mir nach Hause. Vielleicht ist da ja irgendwie was am Post angekommen. Was Spannendes. Okay, tatsächlich bleibe ich jetzt sogar schon ein bisschen hängen. Ich war ja schon überall, ne? Soll ich denn 3D-Brille benutzen, wüsste ich nicht, wo ich mein ja, Deo-Duftzeug hier benutzen soll. Mein Cologne weiß ich nicht. Den Briefkasten kann ich benutzen. Den Pinsel. Das wäre was so für Beweismittel, ne? Für Fingerabdrücke und so, vielleicht später an einem Tatort. Und Geldbörse. Ich meine, das mit dem Geld wechseln. Warte mal, das probiere ich nochmal öfter. Aber vielleicht kann ich dann zumindest am Automat spielen. Achso, vielleicht kann ich ihm auch ein bisschen Geld geben. Keep your money, Alan. You earn it honestly. Aber mir will er das nicht mal, okay. Best I focus on what I have to do. Okay, ich bin mal ein bisschen... Aber weil ich gerade nicht richtig weiß, was ich tun soll. Ich benutze mal alles mit einem jetzt gerade kurz. So viel gibt's ja nicht. Also ich benutze alles zumindest mit den Leuten. Ups. Jack might be offended if you suggest that he smells bad. Schön. Ich dachte, das könnte sogar ein bisschen Sinn ergeben. Best I focus on what I have to do. Naja. Ach, hier kann man nicht beschleunigen. Schade. I'm gonna help you with everything, but not with that. Achso, das sagt sie ziemlich oft. Schade. Achso, das sind jetzt Becher, ne? Nee, warte, immer noch nicht. Will mir keiner Geld wechseln? Das muss ich auch gar nicht probieren. Ich probiere nochmal bei ihm vielleicht Geld zu wechseln. Hier hat sich auch nichts geändert. Aber ich habe schon gelernt natürlich jetzt, es lohnt sich, immer mal wieder die Orte zu besuchen, wenn Sachen passiert sind. Al Jackson is officer of the law with a great sense of integrity. He wouldn't tell you anything if you tried to bribe him. In fact, he'd probably arrest you if you did. Aber was ich gerade gesagt habe, ist ja auch typisch für Adventures, dass das so ist, dass es gewisse Ereignisse gibt, wo dann irgendwie neue Charaktere an bekannten Orten stehen und sowas, natürlich gängig. I came to Hollywood to be an actor. I'm still on it. Ah. Okay. The Russians have a new president. You know what? I could fix the Cold War thing in a week. I'll explain. Vielleicht wissen die mehr über die andere Firma. Das könnte natürlich sein, weil die ja für so eine Firma arbeiten. Oder vielleicht mal gearbeitet haben, diese Flying Saucer Firma. What's up, dude? Das ist nur wieder der Dialog. Alter, was zur Hölle? Ich habe mit dem Polizisten gar nicht normal geredet eben, ne? Vielleicht kann ich ja mit ihm was Neues besprechen. Fällt mir gerade ein, wo ich jetzt auch ein bisschen rumgeguckt habe oder sehe, dass diese Sache da komplett weg ist. Das ist auch nur wieder das. Tja. Wow. Last week I gave Tom Hanks a ride. Yeah, the one from Bachelor Party. Don't you know it? Very funny. You see, there's a scene with a donkey. Okay. Nur der Anfang von einem Gespräch mit den anderen zulabern. Ich habe das Gefühl, hier habe ich noch irgendwas übersehen. Ach so, warte mal. Vielleicht kann ich dem ein bisschen Geld geben und dann erzählt er mir ein bisschen mehr. I think you're mixed up, man. I'm not a hustler or a drug dealer. Ach, schade. Ich dachte gerade schon. Irgendwas anderes? Ist hier irgendwie versteckt irgendwas Pixelhandmäßiges? Taxi sein, nur ich dachte schon kurz. Alter. Kann ich hier mit dem Pinsel das hier alles sauber machen? There's already enough trash, don't you think? Cool. Ich dachte, vielleicht muss man das öfter probieren. Irgendwann lässt es dann zu. Aber es wäre auch eine scheiß Rätselmechanik, ehrlich gesagt. Ah. I don't know. I don't know what to do. We don't need to perfume that. Schade. Hm. Also Geld habe ich glaube ich schon ziemlich alles mit ausprobiert. 3D-Brille wusste ich halt überhaupt nicht, so viel ich benutzen soll. Den Pinsel könnte ich höchstens noch mit den ganzen Sachen da in diesem bei Astounding benutzen, aber das wird ja wohl nicht cool sein, wenn ich es einfach mache, oder? If your life was one of your scripts that might have worked. Take the item out of your pocket, but you think it won't work and put it away again. Ach man. Achso, das habe ich schon gemacht. Think of another approach, Alan. Oh, crunchy. I'll kill you, you son of a bitch. Pretty cool, huh? The Crunchies have been so successful that the production company commissioned us to make a prototype toy with them. The lines are placeholders. I don't think they will pass the filter. The success of Gremlins the previous year generated a multitude of imitations. The Crunchies is one of them. I'll spread your brains all over the room. Do you know what you're touching, pervert? Don't touch me again, you bastard. I'll rip out your guts and eat them. Mal gucken, wie lange was Neues sagt. Can't find your mom? Look in the oven. It doesn't matter if you remove my batteries. Tonight I will kill you in your sleep. Help! I'm not a doll. I'm a child trapped in this toy. Bring me a knife from the kitchen, kid. And don't tell your parents. I'll spread your brains all over the room. Ich habe ein Achievement bekommen. Listen to all Crunchies has to say. Ein Steam Achievement gerade, okay. That doesn't work. Schade. Alter, was soll ich denn hier machen? Gibt's eine Hotspot-Anzeige? Alter, was soll ich denn tun? I'm on it, you son of a bitch. Achso, das ist vielleicht, weil wir ihn hupen. No one talking to you was just shouting at this bus behind us. Where do we go? Ja, ist eine Frage, wohin wollen wir? Also, weil 3D-Brille weiß ich echt überhaupt nichts. Aber auch für die anderen Sachen, wofür soll ich jetzt noch den Pinsel benutzen? Das ist für mich typisch ein Tatort-Ding. Irgendwie, weiß nicht, Puder auf so ein Trinkglas zu machen, Fingerabdrücke zu pudern oder sowas. Adventure-Logik-Style. Geld versuche ich die ganze Zeit zu tauschen. Habe ich, glaube ich, mit jedem probiert, um vielleicht Kleingeld zu bekommen, sodass ich mit dem Automaten spielen kann, was auch immer das bringen würde. Scheint aber auch nicht zu gehen. Und das Geruchsding, das Cologne. Keine Ahnung. Ich bin gerade lost. Ich habe das Gefühl, ich habe noch irgendein Item übersehen oder so. Na gut, aber hier habe ich ja nun wirklich gründlich eigentlich alles abgeguckt, oder? Wow. Was? Ich meine, er hängt jetzt hier rum. Oh, guck. Das ist dieses Typische bei diesem Spiel, dass man dann nochmal wieder mit ihnen reden kann. Okay. I checked out your fan sign. Oh yeah, I skimmed it before trashing it. Was kind of you. Judging by what I read, you do write quite well. Quite well. You've got talent, kid. Why do you waste it writing about those kinds of movies? Do you want some advice? Take your writing and bring them to Variety or The Hollywood Reporter. You'll land a job. But please get a haircut and wear something else. Don't go in there looking like that. You tell me how to dress, what to write about. Anything else? Yes. Take off those earrings. Are you going to wait here all day? It's my day off. When I see Mr. Ruskin come out, I'll try to get my interview. I hope he's nicer than you. What's your interest in Ruskin? I'm working on a special issue about new horror movie producers. Christopher Ruskin is one of them. Don't kid yourself, Ruskin's no more than a producer of exploitations. He doesn't give a damn about horror cinema. You think so? I work for him. If he didn't give a damn about horror movies, he wouldn't have you as a screenwriter. Guter Punkt. You ready yourself to answer this conclusive, I'm not a horror movie screenwriter, but that's what you are. Or give his new movies larger and larger budgets. Or hire the best up-and-coming VFX technicians out there. He knows what he's doing. Good luck then, I hope Ruskin won't send you packing, which is what I'll do. I don't think so. Brian Usner didn't, neither did Robert Shane, Glenn Bishop, or Charles Band. Producers tend to be nicer than certain screenwriters. Hold on, did you say Glenn Bishop? Okay, jetzt habe ich hier wieder einen Faden. Glenn Bishop, yeah. Do you know where I could find him? Are you serious? He makes video movies, very low budget ones. If you want to waste your time, so be it, but I would keep working for Ruskin Productions. It's not that, I just want to talk with him about certain matters. I'll ask again, do you know where I can find him? And don't tell me Roadside Avenue. No, he's not there anymore. He had some problem with a gas leak. Or at least that's what he tried to convince me of. Rumors has it that he already had a new office when the accident happened. So he is now at... Let's make a deal. Get me an interview with Ruskin and I'll tell you where to find Bishop. Tell me and I'll talk to Ruskin. Do you think I was born yesterday? Given your age, almost? How old are you exactly, kid? 20. Do me a favor, Mr. Goldberg. Ruskin is not going to grant an interview to a fan sign. This is my offer. Okay, das brauche ich gar nicht fragen. Das ist einfach jetzt das Rätsel. Ich muss jetzt wieder rein, muss Bishop irgendwie überzeugen. Alan, do you want to admire the Sunset Boulevard sign with me? No thanks. There's a kid who wants to interview you. Oh yeah? Variety? The Hollywood Reporter? Some fan sign. Some fan sign. Not interested. The kid adores you. I don't know why, but he does. Oh yeah? He says you are more than just a producer of exploitation. That guy... that you know what you're doing. Of course I am. I try to hire the best. Those were his words. Yeah? And he knows how to write. He is as good as any film journals you may know, maybe even better. And damn, does he know how to negotiate. You know what, Ellen? Lately I've been thinking about hiring a press officer. That would free up Pam a bit. She already has a lot on her plate. You say the kid's good? Check for yourself. Accept the interview. Every time I've trusted your gut, it's been good for me, so yes. You can tell him to come by. Alright. But not today. It's been a busy day. Du guckst jetzt aus dem Fenster, Meister. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Is that okay? Whatever suits you best. Settled then. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Okay, sage ich ihm das jetzt? Und wie? Aber wie? Dann hoffentlich geht der Tag automatisch einen Tag weiter. Aber vielleicht reicht ihm das ja auch schon so. Roskin has agreed to the interview. Really? I put in a good word for you. He's even thinking about hiring you as a press officer. I'm not interested, I already have a job. What do you do for a living? I'm a mechanic. Well, an assistant mechanic. How much do you make a month? Doesn't matter, don't answer. Roskin would double it, even triple it. If I accept the job, it would conflict with my reviews of any movie by the production company. And you are not a sellout, right? Damn right. Is it fan sign that important to you? That's my whole life. Are you listening to yourself? You have the chance to earn a ton of money, work for an up-and-coming production company and attend horror movie shoots. Are you going to miss out on that? Anybody interested in the horror genre would kill for a job like that. You can balance the job and the fan sign. Okay, I'll think about it. When do I get to interview him? Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Thanks a lot, Mr. Goldberg. And now? Where can I find Glenn Bishop? Mansfield Avenue, Number 13. Okay, es geht direkt. Nice. Great. Vielleicht auch einfach, weil das Spiel einfach jetzt gar nicht weitergeht und er jetzt einfach da sitzen bleiben kann. I thank you if I hadn't had to barter. This is Hollywood. I guess that can be used to justify anything. Anyway, I have nothing else to do here. I'm off, Mr. Goldberg. Thanks for your help. Okay. Try to dress decently tomorrow, not like a criminal. It's an interview. I know. A job interview. And take off those earrings. Gott, ich bin aber auch so ein Spießer, ey, meine Figur. Hey, der Witzka. So, jetzt kann ich ja da mal hin. Oh, was war da mit Madonna, glaube ich? Glenn Bishop. Oh, er macht jetzt auch einen Pornofilme, oder was? I don't give a damn if you did everything you could, Tony. Your job is to do the impossible. No. No! Where the hell am I going to find... Who the hell are you? How did you get in here? My name is Alan Goldberg. The door was open. Tony, give me a minute. No, don't hang up. Are you here to help? What? Do you want to help? Because if you haven't come to help, you can get the hell out of here. I wanted to talk to you about Peter Evans. Ah yes, that poor bastard. I just heard about it. So how does they fall, huh? He was just here last week. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Now is not a good time. My director couldn't think of anything else to do but to celebrate the start of the shoot of Bloody Cabin 2 with the lead actress last night. And you know how? By overdosing on speedball. Do you know what a speedball is? Good old John Belushi sure did. Oh, war der John... John Belushi ist der eine von den Blues Brothers gewesen, der früher aus Saturday Night Live. Also der Partner von Dan Aykroyd in Blues Brothers, glaube ich, ne? Und der Bruder wiederum vom anderen Schauspieler James Belushi, glaube ich, unter anderem mein Partner mit der kalten Schnauze, mit dem Hund. Ich glaube, das war James Belushi. And you know how he ended up? Dead. Oh Gott, also das Spiel nimmt aber auch kein Blatt vor den Mund. Also auch mit echten Leuten und allem. Which is how these two poor bastards will end up if they don't make it out of the intensive care unit. Serves me right for hiring goddamn junkies. So, Mr. Goldberg. Alan Goldberg. I have a film crew standing around with their arms crossed, and I myself am on the verge of a nervous breakdown, so unfortunately I'm unable to assist you at this time. I might be able to help. Oh yeah, how? Ich bin auch interessiert, ehrlich gesagt. I'm a screenwriter. I work for Roscoe Productions. I have contacts. Ah, you're in the business. Just a sec. Tony? Are you still there? Good. Because I'm considering making changes to flying saucer pictures. Would you like to work for me, Mr. Goldman? Golpe, no, I'm sorry. I work for Roscoe Productions. I've already told you. Just a sec. Tony. Fire you? Who is talking about firing you? So you want to help? Good. I need a director with experience. One who won't waste my time. If you find one, send him directly to 1864 Kenmore Avenue. Having him skim through the script and start shooting. I will talk to him later about the money. I need an actress as well. But I'll need to see her first. Does she have a photo book? I don't care if she can act or not. If she does, so much the better. But that's not important. You understand what I'm looking for, right? Oh, and one more thing. I need both of them. No actress, no movie, no director, no movie either. And if they are not unionized, so much the better. You said you have contacts, huh? I trust you. And now if you'll excuse me... Tony! There's a guy here who's going to solve the issue. I should pay him instead of you just for trying. What? Put that idiot on the phone. Oh, ich darf noch hier bleiben. Ich hätte gedacht, ich muss jetzt automatisch wieder rausgehen. Okay, schauen wir uns mal um. Table. The glasses are dirty and there are only a couple of fingers of liquor left in the bottle. Poster. Post-apocalyptic zombie. A great illustration, so much so that the zombie in the poster looks better than the one in the movie. If you are frustrated with your job, just think about the guy who had to write this movie. File cabinet. It contains over 3 decades of contracts, memos and miscellaneous material. Some Z-series, Z-series historian may pay thousands of dollars for that stack of papers in the future. Bishop wouldn't want you digging through his files. Oh nein, ich will noch nicht Exit machen. Okay, Glenn Bishop. There's a common Hollywood motto. Everyone wants to be the first to be second. Glenn Bishop is happy to be at the bottom of the list as long as his films turn a profit. Glenn Bishop has made it very clear he won't be able to assist you until you get him an experienced director and an actress's photobook, so he can start shooting Bloody Cabin 2. Also ich habe schon das Gefühl, ich weiß, welche beiden Leute ich brauche. Als Director den Obdachlosen da quasi vorm Gebäude, der ja früher mal Filme gemacht hat, und als Schauspielerin hier meine On- und Off-Beziehung offensichtlich aus dem Diner. Calendar. For a moment you thought you were in a repair shop. You remember the deadline for the script that you have marked on the calendar at your apartment. You don't want to think about it right now. Filmcans. The arrival of video has been a blessing for Flying Saucer Pictures. Not only does Glenn Bishop get to save up on celluloid, but also on the developing process. It is not wise. Also man hat, auf jeden Fall merkt man, dass der das Spiel hier gemacht hat, sich echt auskennt mit dieser ganzen Filmmachmaterie. Was ich schön finde, es wirkt sehr authentisch irgendwie in dieser Zeit. Also man hat das Gefühl, man lernt direkt ein bisschen was über das Thema B-Movies oder eher so C-Movies aus der 80er Jahre Zeit, wo halt Video aufkam, Horrorfilme, mit Videotheken und alles, ne? Das dieses, was dann ja doch die ganze Filmbranche ganz schön umgekrempelt hat. It is not wise to accumulate so much flammable material in a place as hot as this. It could cause a fire. Also, seeing what happened with his old office, Bishop surely is already aware of that and is ready to take advantage of it. Posters. The early days of Flying Saucer Pictures were characterized by exploiting the less crowded genres, which roused the most basic instincts of the audience. In the mid-60s, Bishop produced a number of nudies. They were films with lightly dressed girls running around on set and nothing more. In the 70s, he joined the trend of films about women's prisons. The plot mattered a bit more here, but not so much, as to give up on the idea of showing scantily clad girls. Ich muss mir noch mal kurz was zu trinken nachholen. Kleinen Moment. Okay. Achso, das Poster gehören zusammen quasi. Hier kann ich nichts weiter machen, aber ich habe jetzt ein bisschen jetzt wieder einen Job to do. Ich brauche ich als Director. Again, Mr. Smiles. Would you like to direct again? Achso, do you want to direct again? Would you like to win an Oscar? There's this guy, Glenn Bishop from Flying Saucer Pictures, who's in a hurry to hire a director, so I thought of you. It's a cheap production, shot on video. I don't know. I would have to read the scripts first. Are you serious? Hell no. I'd shoot even a kid's birthday party just to film something. Hey, Alan, tell me. And that guy will actually trust someone who hasn't directed for decades? He doesn't care, he only cares about saving his own ass. It's been a while since I've been behind the camera, but I do have some fresh visual ideas. Also, by now, someone else must have come up with them already. I haven't watched a film in more than 20 years. Oh boy. And it's on video, you say? I've never shot on video. It doesn't matter though. I'll make the cinematographer work harder. I'll do it. When is the interview with the producer? There's no interview. He wants you to go straight to the set, take a look at the script and start shooting. Now? Right now. First I have to stop by the shelter to take a shower, as I'm sure you will understand. What day is today? Friday? Alright, I think the gala suite we share between all the guys at the shelter will be available tonight. Oh shit, Benny wore it yesterday, so to go on a date with Sharon. I hope he didn't get any strange on it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think I get the idea. Uh-oh. What's the problem? I can't walk onto a shoot not smelling like a director. Ja, da hab ich was. How is a director supposed to smell? Certainly not like homeless shelter soap. Who cares about that? Back in the day, you knew who the director was as soon as he walked through the door because he was well dressed, head to toe, and smelled of expensive cologne. And that demanded respect. I can't go into that set smelling like a shelter shower. In less than 4 hours, I would already have the actors and technicians acting all rowdy and undisciplined. What are you talking about? Do you think we are still in the 50s? It's not just about being a director, you also have to look and smell like one. But I'm old school, what do you want me to do? Go straight to the shoot without me having to get you some fucking cologne, maybe. But you will do it, right? No, one of the expensive ones, huh? Thank you. A little help, please, to get this poor director's career back on the track. Damn it. Ja, kein Problem, ich hab ja das Cologne. What's that? There's nothing left. Come on, Dirk, there's more than enough. Are you planning on dosing yourself in cologne? Well, that would be nice. These modern-day colognes evaporate as soon as you put them on. Stop wasting my time. Make do with this. Respect, Alan, respect. Fine. Was, das hat nicht funktioniert? Okay, warte mal, vielleicht kann ich das auffüllen und verwässern mit dem Wasserspender oben. Und dann denkt er, es wäre voll. Haha! You fill the bottle of cologne to the brim. Here's your goddamn cologne. Fill to the brim. I'll bath in it. So everything's alright? One more thing. For God's sake, Jack. Where's the chute? Oh, 1864 Kenmore Avenue. 1864. Very good. I'm nervous, Alan. Don't worry. Just go there and do the best you can. I don't think Bishop will expect much from you except to finish the shoot without complications. I hope so. Something else. Has Bishop said anything to you about, No, I don't. What's he supposed to have said? Well, something about, I don't follow. About money, damn it. What difference does it make? You are going to shoot a movie. Even if they pay you poorly, it will still be more than what you get begging here. Fair enough. Take this. I won't need it. Okay, ich krieg den Mug mit... Oh, Mug mit Coins. Coins! I'm taking the $5 bill, though. You know what, Alan? You're a good man. No, I'm not. I need to talk to the producer. I can't do that unless I get him a director. Bah! Minor details. You have given this poor old man a new lease of life. And that makes you a good man even if you think otherwise. Now, if you excuse me... Hollywood! Jack Palmer is back! It's that way. Okay, gut, dann haben wir schon mal das. Dann gehen wir mal ins Diner mit sogar Kleingeld, um beim Automaten zu spielen. Heads up! The smarter is going to show what he's got. Quiz 85 Deluxe. Touch the screen to start. Music Easy, Horror Movie Hard. Okay. Ey, ich bin bei beiden, glaube ich, hier total schlecht. Das ist ein echtes Quiz wahrscheinlich, ne? Wo ich mich jetzt hier blamiere. Okay, Music Easy. Which members of Duran Duran just formed the band Arcadia? John Taylor, Nick Rhodes and Simon Lee Bourne. Roger Taylor, John Taylor and Roger Taylor. Nick Rhodes, Simon Lee Bourne and Roger... Keine Ahnung.
Wrong answer.
What instrument does Vicky Peterson play in the band The Bangles? Was?
Answer.
In which movie from last year does the song In the Name of Love by Thompson Twins appear? In the Name of Love. Ziemlich sicher nicht in Ghostbusters. The Future meine ich aber auch. Ich würde sagen Gremlins?
Wrong answer.
Was? Okay. Which band or artist did not play in the Live Aid Festival? Electro?
Right answer.
Okay, 100 Punkte. Which band was born from the split of the Human League? Keine Ahnung. China... 1117?
Answer.
Who does the original version of Every Time You Go Away, recently covered by Paul Young, belong to? Mit Fleetwood Mac wollte ich mich mal auseinandersetzen. Die muss ich echt nochmal... Fleetwood Mac mag ich voll gerne, aber ich habe noch gar nicht so viel von denen gehört. MCC? Ah. Does not have a... Hä? Does not have a song called Call Me. Ach, wer hat keinen Song?
Correct answer.
Performers of When the Rain Begins to Fall. Pierce Adora and Michael Jackson, Tito Jackson, Jeremy Jackson. Jermaine Jackson.
Correct answer.
The guitar solo from Beat It by Michael Jackson is played by... Ah. Mein Bauchgefühl sagt Eddie Van Halen, oder? Okay. Singer of the band Ultravox before being replaced by Mich, durch. Keine Ahnung. Bob Geldof weiß ich immerhin, wer das ist. Wie viele Fragen das wohl sind? Artist not covered by Softcell. Which famous contemporary artist makes an appearance in the video clip for Hello Again by the Cars? Andy Warhol? Famous filmmaker directed Billy Idol's video clip for Dancing with Myself.
Wrong answer.
Which of these artists has not collaborated with Giorgio Moroder? Keine Ahnung was. Cyndi Lauper?
Answer.
One of the following bands is not Australian. Ah. Es gibt Man Without Head? Shit. Ich glaube das Gefühl, ich würde fast denken, Man at Work und In Excess, die kenne ich auch beide. Ich glaube, die sind beide australisch, oder? Man Without Head sagt mir gar nichts.
Correct answer.
Und ich meine, die sind auch beide australisch. Real name of Huey Lewis. Huey Lewis? Hugh Stern. Hugh Stern?
Wrong answer.
Which actor appears in the cover art for the Smiths Namesake album from 1984? Weiß nicht, John Travolta?
Wrong answer.
Belongs to the album The Head of the Door by The Cure. The Caterpillar, A Night Like This, The Hanging Garden. Weiß nicht, The Caterpillar?
Answer.
First single by the band Bon Jovi. She Don't Know Me, Runaway, In and Out of Love. In and Out of Love?
Wrong answer.
Real name of Boy George from the band Culture Club. George Allen O'Dowd?
Answer.
Oh, you did not answer all questions correctly. Was? Game over. Hey Alan, come over here. Oh, ist da was gebracht? Ja? Loser. Oh, shut up. Okay, dann machen wir das andere Quiz, wo ich noch mehr ablosen werde.
Select a theme.
Third installment of the Night of the Living Dead. Night of the Living Dead? Mansion of the Living Dead? Day of the Dead? Keine Ahnung.
Wrong answer.
Ich dachte vielleicht, weil das so komisch wirkt. Drew Barrymore made her debut in Starter Cat's Eye. Cat's Eye?
Wrong answer.
Ich bin sowieso über Musikquiz eigentlich nur am Raten vor allem. Not a literary adaptation by John Carpenter. Ist das Ding nicht von Stephen King als Buch? Und so. Christine ist doch. Sind das die beiden nicht Stephen King? Ich mach mal so fuck.
Correct answer.
Meta Tenebraum was the main antagonist in. Weiß nicht, Inferno?
Correct answer.
What book does Bub the Zombie try to read in Day of the Dead? Lord of the Flies, Follow in the Attic, Salem's Lot. Lord of the Flies?
Wrong answer.
What tapes are inserted into Max Rent's stomach in Videodrome? VHS, Betamax, Video 2000. Video 2000?
Wrong answer.
The Children of the Corn Worship. He who talks behind the rose, he who walks behind the moon, he who walks behind the harvest.
Wrong answer.
Regan McNeil uses the Ouija board to contact with Captain Howley, Captain Spaulding, Captain Marsh.
Correct answer.
Ah, geraten. In what slasher is the magician David Copperfield murdered? Terror on Tour, Terror Train, The Initiation. Terror on Tour?
Wrong answer.
What movie is Nancy watching in Nightmare on Elm Street? Nosferatu, Night of the Living Dead, Evil Dead. Ich mach mal Night of the Living Dead.
Wrong answer.
Ach, schade. What book opens the gates of hell in the beyond? The Vermis Mysteries, Necronomicon, The Book of Ivan. Weiß nicht, ne. Das Necronomicon ist meistens verantwortlich, ne? Ich nehm's trotzdem mal. Ah, schon mal klar. What iconic item makes an appearance in every story from Creepshow? A lamp, an ashtray, a turntable. Turntable?
Wrong answer.
Jamie Lee Curtis does not appear in. Ist ja bekannt für die Hollywood-Halloween-Filme. Und einmal hat sie vielleicht mitgespielt. Ich würde mal sagen, im zweiten?
Wrong answer.
Ach, shit. Legend has it that if you say his name, he will come and kill you. Dropsy, Madman Mars, Harry Vaughn.
Wrong answer.
Wenn ich raten würde, hätte ich vielleicht schon mehr. Ich habe eine Chance von 1/3. Ich hätte jetzt 500 Punkte schon, wenn ich einfach aus Wahrscheinlichkeit, wenn ich blind rate. Which movie did... Ich meine, ich rate ja auch, ich habe ja keine einzige Antwort gewusst, also so gesehen rate ich einfach nur schlechter als durchschnittlich. Which movie did not premiere in 1981? Ich weiß nicht. Happy Birthday to Me?
Answer.
Which Italian director hides behind the mask of the Metropole ticket clerk in Demons? Oh ja, ganz schön.
Answer.
Alter! Which magazine was Debbie reading in Friday the 13th Part 3? Famous Monsters of Filmland, Fangoria, Szene Fantastique.
Wrong answer.
James Cameron made his debut as director with Revengeful Ghosts, Killer Robots, Flying Piranhas.
Correct answer.
Juhu! Vampire Hunter and Fright Train. Peter Cushing, Peter Vincent Price. War denn Peter Cushing nochmal? Der Name sagt mir zumindest was.
Answer.
Und letzte Frage. Which Werewolf movie from 1981 won an Oscar for Best Make-up and Hairstyling? Ah, nicht Wolfen, glaube ich. Ich glaube, einer der... Ich glaube, der, oder? Ja, okay, das ist wiederum, weil ich manchmal so wegen Oscars und so gucke. You did not, blablabla, Pure Score 500, Game Over, okay. Okay, dann rede ich mal mit Vicky. Would you like to act in a movie? Would you like to win an Oscar? Das wurde das gleiche, sehr witzig. Of course, what kind of question is that? There's a guy looking for an actress. Yes. But it's a cheap production and yes, let me win it because I don't want you to get in your hopes up. It's a very low budget horror movie and I can't say for sure, but you will most likely have to get naked. After all this time, that's all you got for Vicky? Getting her to flash her boobs in a horror movie? Don't listen to him, Alan. Tell me more. Shame on you, Miss Hollywood. They need an actress now. Today? More like right now. Also, the producer, Glenn Bishop, has to give his approval first. I think I remember you had a photo book made, right? Yeah, a week ago. As I was leaving a casting call, a guy approached me. His name was Barry Mitchell. Barry Mitchell? Mir sagt der Name irgendwie was. He said he was a photographer and that he was smitten by my beauty. He offered to make me a very affordable book in exchange for using one of my photos on the facade of his business. It sounded like a reasonable offer, so I agreed. When the session was over, he dropped his pants and said it was time to pay. The pig. Son of a bitch. What a scumbag. Where can I find this guy? What are you planning to do? Break his legs. I come with you, Alan. I'm not going to break anyone's leg. I'm just getting that photo book. Chicken. His studio's on Vine Street, next to bus stop 17. Okay. I'm going to get you in that movie, okay? That would be great, Alan. Just watch out for that guy, yeah? Seriously, you don't want us to go and break that guy's legs? No, Joe. Violence is the last resort of... Cluck, cluck, cluck. Moment. Wo bin ich? Okay. Chaplin and Marilyn, two of the most famous ambassadors of old Hollywood. On the other end of the poster you can see James Dean, Clark Gable and Marlene Dietrich. Guy. Frank Hodge has tried everything to quit smoking. A friend recommended he visit Dr. Carlos Ramirez about his all-natural anti-smoke therapy. Ach, das ist das rechtes Gebäude. Right now he is happily burning through his last pack before he's going inside in case this method works as well as he's been told. Waiting for a cab friend? The guy just shakes his head and keeps staring into the void. Photo. Damn it. Not only did the bastard harass Vicky and leave her without a photo book, but on top of that he's using her picture on the facade without her consent. Also, in all honesty, the magnetism that Vicky gives off in those photos is irresistible. The pig knows how to do his job. You inspect the photo display. There is a small lock on the metal frame. Mailbox. Angucken? You take a peek inside the gap. There are a couple of photographs inside, as well as a note that catches your eye. Interagieren, you take a look through the gap. Okay. You try to stick your finger through the slot, but barely manage to grasp the photograph. Vielleicht mit dem Pinsel? You stick the brush through the gap and get to touch the picture with it. But there is no way to take them out using just the brush. Ach, shit. Vielleicht muss ich da was Klebriges noch dran machen. Facade. In a couple of years, Barry Mitchell has built himself a reputation as a photographer for aspiring actresses and models. This has allowed him to move to a larger photo studio downtown. Just walk through the open door. To the door. Bus stop. Ich bin ja auch im Taxi gekommen, nicht mit dem Bus, deswegen war ich so irritiert, eben als der Bus weg war und ich immer noch nicht da war. Line 17 runs close to the places you have already been. You don't like the crowds on the buses and you earn enough money to be able to afford to use cabs quite often. Okay, da kann ich auch reingehen. Ich doch erstmal einfach da rein. Oh, ich habe nur mit rechts drauf geklickt. Good evening. Do you have an appointment with Dr. Ramirez? No. Would you like me to check if there's a free slot for you today? It's alright, I was just looking. As you like. If you need help, do not hesitate to ask me. Switch. The wire from the switch runs all the way through the wall, disappears under the false ceiling and ends up regulating the electricity to the fluorescent light over your head. Soll ich das benutzen? Oops. Aren't you a bit too old to play with the lights? I'm sorry. Picture. The table shows a series of plants you are not familiar with and their healing properties. Like any good city slicker, the only type of plant you know is the weeds that sprout at the foot of abandoned buildings. Okay, degrees. Several degrees, both conventional and natural medicine, are combined to give confidence to those wary of one discipline or the other. You probably have more inside. You'll never see a doctor with only 4 degrees on their walls. Patient. Anschauen. Carmen Salazar's list of chronic pains is long enough to freak out a medical student trainee. Reden? Hello, young man. First time seeing the doctor? Oh yeah, I guess so. Don't worry, you're in good hands. Ah! Are you alright? I can't complain today. I haven't had sinusitis for a week. My migraine calmed down last night and the doctor is helping me control my chromatic anxiety. The rest as well, I have learned to live with it. Oh, it hurts more than yesterday. What hurts? My ankle. I sprained it yesterday when I got out of bed. Not a good way to start the day off, huh? Also, the doctor has a miracle cream for this kind of thing, right, honey? Of course, Mr. Salazar. By the way, I See, you're out of gum. I wouldn't if people didn't take 5 at a time. Oops, they are miraculous too. What are those for? They taste good. And? That's it, they just taste good. They are made from real herbs, unlike those modern things with extracts of God knows what. Would you like one? I have a few in my bag. I usually take a bunch every time I come here. Don't tell Rosa. No thanks. Ach komm, Kaugummi ist auch immer gute Adventures. Take one. They are delicious. I appreciate it, but here you go. Don't let Rosa see you. Okay, ja, du weißt das besser, was ich haben möchte, als ich selber. Chewing Gum ist immer gut. Ach, das kann ja den Pinsel machen! Chromatic anxiety? I've never heard of such a disease. A very low percentage of diabetics like me suffer from it. I don't know the causes, but our vision becomes blurred and we begin to see blue and red halos. I guess that's what junkies must see when they are tripping. And what do you do when it happens to you? People often get nervous and rush to the doctor. But Dr. Ramirez has taught me some very effective breathing exercises. Take care. That's what I'm here for, young man. I think this is a good time to try the chewing gum. Was? Okay, yeah. It tastes like crap. Not only that, the gum texture feels as if it had been out in the sun all day. Tired of chewing and having it stick to your teeth, you try to peel it out. Okay, perfect. You keep it in your pocket so as not to be branded as uncivilized for throwing it on the ground. Okay, umso besser. Ja, genau, das brauche ich doch, um Briefkasten da rumzufuhrwerken. Magazine holder. A wide assortment of magazines is spread out on the table to make the patient's waiting time a bit more bearable. Interagieren? Oh. You take a look at one of the magazines. The cover of Time magazine features the latest musical phenomenon, Madonna. Next year no one will remember her. Ja, so kann man sich hören. Visitor log. Rosa signs in visitors, making sure that no one waits more than 5 minutes in the waiting room. Also, depending on the patient, the wait can take forever, especially if it is Carmen Salazar who is being attended to by the doctor. Interagieren? Rosa won't let you take a peek. Cabinet. In order to speed up the consultation and the doctor's time, Rosa keeps the preparations and medications that some patients take so that they don't have to go through the doctor's office. Interagieren? Do not abuse Rosa's trust. Clock. There should be less than an hour left before nightfall. Interagieren? The clock works perfectly. TV anschauen. A series of images of the countryside play on a loop, supposedly with the intention of selling the perks of living in nature. However, between the burnt image and the glassy-eyed actors, the whole thing gives off a sleazy vibe that makes it look more like deleted scenes from The Wicker Man. Interagieren? You don't need to turn off the TV. Rosa. It has been 3 years since Rosa left her position as a nursing assistant at the Martin Luther King Hospital. Too many back-to-back shifts to support her family took a toll on her health. Now she enjoys a more relaxing job with Dr. Ramirez. Reden. What exactly is Dr. Ramirez doing here? Does he heal people by laying his hands on them? Does he roll stones over their bodies? Don't be a smartass. Dr. Ramirez is a licensed physician of conventional medicine, if that is your concern. But he prioritizes natural treatment. Sorry, but I don't believe in natural medicine. There's a conventional medical center down the road. Go there if you'd rather get stuffed with painkillers for a simple cold. May I see Dr. Ramirez? Sorry, but he is with a patient right now. Is it an emergency? Well, not really. If you want, take a seat and wait for the doctor to come out. I am kinda in a hurry. As you please. Thank you very much for your attention. Und da kann ich sicherlich nicht reingehen. Ich kann mal angucken. The plaque on the door reads Carlos Ramirez, medical doctor number 33393922. You hear a reassuring voice through it. Dr. Ramirez must be with the patient. Interagieren. The doctor is busy with a visitor. Please do not disturb him. I'm sorry. Okay. Kann ich ihr was geben? Nee, das interessiert sie sicherlich alles. Nee. Okay. Dann you push the brush through the gap and try to get the picture stuck to the gum. You succeed. Inventory, photographs. If the photo's finally in your power, you read the note. I'm sorry, Barry, I don't want to have this kind of material in my possession. I could get in trouble, and so could you. The photos are of two nude girls in sensual poses. Neither of them must be more than 15 years old. Eieiei. Da kann ich ihn mit erpressen. Mitchell's depravity knows no bounds. Not only does Barry Mitchell harass and blackmail his clients, he also photographs naked underage girls. This guy should be locked up. Geh mal rein. Okay. Okay. Did you have a good time at this session, Candy? I think you probably enjoyed it more. You're gonna be a star, babe. When will you develop the photos, Barry? I get right on it. I call you to celebrate as soon as I have the photo book ready. Will you take me to dinner? Dinner? We are going to celebrate right here. But not on the couch. It fucks my knees. It fucks up my knees. Wow, what a well-groomed bird. Casting agent? No. Director? No, screenwriter, sorry. In that case, get out of my way! What do you want, man? Just so you know, I don't take pictures of guys. Barry Mitchell, I suppose. Yeah, what do you want? To begin with, you should pull up your fly. I'm here to get back Vicky Howe's photo book. Vicky who? The redhead you are displaying as a facade without her consent. Ah, yes. A beauty. She left without paying, by the way. It's the first time something like that has happened to me. So tell her that I still have her book in case she has second thoughts. I found something in your mailbox. Wait a minute. Have you been snooping in my mailbox, you son of a bitch? So you are in the business of taking pictures of naked underage girls, huh? Surprising, but not unexpected. Oh, I don't know what you are talking about. Those pictures should ring a bell. They were taken here. The background is the same one you have over there. Are you accusing me of taking pictures of naked minors? Yes. That's a very serious accusation, my friend. Do you wanna meet in front of a lawyer? Sure, why not? Also, we could find ourselves in front of the police as soon as I hand over this material. Everyone will know what you did before we go to trial. You motherfucking piece of... What the hell do you want from me? You already know that. Vicky Howe's photo book. Shit. Shit. Shit! Shit, shit! Here you go. Now give me those pictures. I don't have them here. I said give them to me. You heard what I said. And don't get any closer. I get as close as I want, okay? Give me the pictures. I said that... What are you doing? Don't you touch me again. Is that a shred? Oh, ich kann gut schlagen offensichtlich. You occasionally slam your fist on the desk when a script is not working out, but you never punched a person. Not bad for the first time. You check if you've overdone it. No, the bastard is still alive. Sweet dreams, dickhead. Achso, jetzt hier rennt aber wirklich automatisch raus. Das war ein Xbox-Controller. Was ist das für ein Xbox-Controller, der da auf dem Tresen war? Gut, ja, okay, dann kann ich ja wieder weg hier. Zu Muss dem Bishop die Fotos zeigen, ne? Das ist erstmal jetzt mein Job. Talk to him. Okay, dann talk ich halt erstmal mit ihm. Hold on, Tony. Did you get? Yes. And that too. Tony, I'll call you later. My guardian angel has arrived. Well, apologies for not offering you a chair, but I had a little mishap with the old office and don't worry. Alright, let's get down to business. The director, who is it? Jack Palmer. The giant insects guy? He's still alive? Sorry, it's the only one I could get. Are you serious? That's fantastic. Is it? Don't you watch Eliza's show? She plays his films all the time. The kids know him. I can already picture the hype. Jack Palmer's long-awaited return to directing. We have to take advantage of this 50s revival, you know? The peeps at Fangoria will love it. I like your choice, Goldberg, and I like you. Did you send him to the shoot? Yes. He should be on his way already. Wonderful. Let's see the girl. Did you bring the photo book? Yes, here you go. Well, let's see. So? Those eyes. What a looker. She reminds me of that girl who was in the Osterman weekend. The one by Sam Peckinpah. What's her name? Meg Foster. That's it. It's not a must, but can she act? She's the best actress I know. And how come I have never heard of her before? She hasn't had much luck. What are you waiting for? Call her and give her the news. Wie lange wählt der denn, alter Schwede? Vicky, it's Ellen. The role is yours. No, you don't owe me anything. Does Joe agree? Will Karen cover for you? Perfect. Get on with it already. Tell her to rush to 1864 Kenmore Avenue and ask for Tony. Mr. Bishop says that... Ah, you heard him. That's all. Yes, we'll talk later. Break a leg, Vicky. Mr. Goldberg, you just saved my life. How could I ever thank you? Ah yes, you wanted to talk about Peter Evans. That's why you are here, right? Damn right. You see, Hollywood... Ich habe selber vergessen, warum ich eigentlich gerade alles mache. Stimmt, deswegen. You see, Hollywood has its myths and its ghosts. But this one I'm going to tell you about is real. The Sister of Mercy. Ring a bell? I don't think so. She is a figure worshipped by everyone in the film business. She is stinking rich, more than you and I could ever imagine. She does and undoes as she pleases in Hollywood. You could say that Hollywood belongs to her. What does all this have to do with Peter Evans? Evans was a poor bastard. He spent more than he earned. He had an obelisk brought from Egypt, probably just for his dogs to piss on. The studio no longer wanted him. He had cash flow problems and gambling issues. He was done for. He came to me because he heard that I could get him in touch with the Sister of Mercy. I called her, but she wanted nothing to do with Evans. She had no use for him. Evans probably saw no way out and shot himself. But you, on the other hand, I'm sure she would be delighted to meet you. What does the Sister of Mercy do? She's like the genie in a lamp. She offers you anything that you can think of, money, power, whatever you want, but she asks for something in return, such as... It depends on what she needs at the time. If so, how come you haven't... I haven't always been in the cheap movie business, Goldberg. In the 40s I was an up-and-coming producer at RKO, and I blew it. Who knows what would have become of me if she hadn't helped me not once but twice. Twice? Let's just say that we had a very close relationship, if you know what I mean. You know what? Talk to her. She likes men like you, resourceful. You just proved it to me. I don't... You have any ambition? Is there something you want with all your might and you feel there is no human way to get it, she will make it happen for you. Take my advice. I don't know, When you get out of here, go to 10350 Chalon Road in Bel Air. I will call her. She will be waiting for you. Is it the most I can do for you, as a token of gratitude? Alright, I'll go see her. You won't regret it. New location. By the way, yeah? If you have an idea for a horror movie, I can listen to it, and if I like it, I'll buy it from you. On the cheap so. Alright. So, und ich glaube aber, hier mache ich jetzt erstmal Pause für diese Session. Aber ich muss sagen, gefällt mir bisher wirklich gut. Schönes, klassisches Point-and-Click-Adventure mit diesem schönen 80er Jahre Filmproduktionssetting. I like. Und nachdem ich einmal kurz hängen geblieben war, weil ich nicht gecheckt habe, mit dem einen Typ auf der Bank nochmal zu reden, dem Fansign-Schreiber, habe ich jetzt auch das Gefühl, hier, ich komme ja gut weiter voran, was auch motivierend ist. Und jetzt habe ich noch was, wo ich hingehen werde, das ist immer motivierend, dann aufzuhören. Das ist immer motivierender, finde ich, bei Point-and-Click-Adventures, als aufzuhören, wenn man gerade überhaupt frustriert nicht mehr weiter weiß. So kann man direkt beim nächsten Mal gleich wieder hat man schon mal ein erstes Target, was man erstmal angehen kann. Von daher, ja, soweit für dieses Mal. Wenn euch das gefallen hat, lasst gerne ein Abo da oder ein Like. Und wenn nicht, dann nicht. Alles kann, nichts muss. Und in diesem Sinne, bis dann.